did seem pretty solid, so maybe kick the power out. Who knows? I've got the stream running up just to let anyone who flows into my channel know. So I'll put up the. You can't hear you guys at the moment, so but I might put this up in a sec. Um, uh,
Ones that can go internally.
I don't. I would hope so because she's 2.
Yeah, because when they were trying to treat my dad, and basically the treatment came too late for him, but certainly say it must have been 15, 20 years ago. He went down to Stoke Mandeville Hospital to their spinal injuries unit, and there was a drug that could help sort of loosen off and affect the muscles between his spine and his legs. And that helped to a degree. And what they did is they put a pump inside him, and that had a reservoir drug, and that just put it directly into his bloodstream every day. And every month he had to drive down there, and they used a bloody great big syringe to top the reservoir back up, and then they could wirelessly reset it all. And so
Yeah.
I'm assuming it could be a similar sort of thing, because otherwise, yeah, you're going to have something that's strapped on the outside you, and what little kid's going to want that?
Yeah. I think they also might have to put one of those permanent monitors on her, because apparently she's getting hypos and stuff as she's sleeping.
Yes. Yeah, not a good sign.
okay, I've got us going out live, but Terry usually's back by now, so I don't know what's going on. Maybe I should check Discord.
Ah, and now Bev is accusing us. He's just posted in Fair Suck myself. Just shut the steam down rather than deal with it. And he's posted up something about gaslighting.
Oh no, he didn't.
Oh yes, he
He
did.
did.
Well, guess who? Guess who's about to go live? You motherfucker!
You can go live. I'll send everyone over there.
I'll just caught the tail end of something about Bev. What was he done now?
Bev had posted something in Fair Suck of the South.
Oh, right, yeah.
Want us to talk about this with your chat, and it's on about triangles having more than 180 degrees. Blah blah blah.
That thing earlier on. Yeah.
He said, "Oh, probably too challenging for you," and I said, "Like reality is for you." And then he's just posted, just presumably it's supposed to be just shut the stream down, but he said steam rather than deal with it. And then put up a sticker explaining what gaslighting means. I mean, the fucking nerve of the guy.
Let's see, what kind of rude
Retort.
thumbnail can I generate very quickly?
Didn't they have gas lighting in England way back when?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And the-
Knocker uppers.
And the rock knocker. Yeah, I was going to say the knuckle uppers you got there before me. Yeah.
The what
Hello,
now?
you.
What the heck are they?
Oh, let's have a look at Squeak then. Farmers.
Oh, hang on.
Let's see how
Oh,
Squeak's doing.
Squeak's turned up.
So how
Say
old is
hello,
Squeak?
Squeak.
How old is Squeak now?
They'll be, well, her and her sister will be 17 in April, so there's at least 16 and a half odd years old. Ain't you, girl? You're an old girl, aren't you?
Yeah, no, girl.
Where's the old girl? Yeah.
Yeah, my cat's kind of one of my cats. The older one is actually sort of middle-aged-ish.
There you go. So you want a bit of fuss, bit of attention.
He wants the cat tower back behind you.
Yeah, but she'll just bloody ignore it anyway. I mean, she
Yeah.
won't go in that other room now. She just, if I'm in there, she'll get as far as the doorway, look at me, and then wander off. I mean, this morning she waited for me to make my bed so she could lay on it again. That's now her bed, isn't it? What if I put the cat tree in there? Will you think about using it in there then? Nah, probably not.
I think Terry's died a death. He's not come
Yeah.
back yet. Do you think his computer's bricked it?
Well, he's still in Discord. He's still online in
Well,
Discord.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
that's
well, you
Discord.
know what that happens. So with that, yeah, that thing. Though, sometimes you can your computer can be off and you'd still be in Discord. That's happened before with a couple of
Happens to
people.
me all the
recently.
damn time.
Yeah, it happened to you yesterday. That's right, Alan, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, threw me into Blue's stream this morning. I just turned on and then suddenly, oh, there's people talking. I was in the stream. I didn't even
Do
know
you know
about it.
Bev is that bright that under that comment he's put a sticker that's explaining gaslighting,
hello.
and when you click on it, you can't open it up and make it any bigger.
It was at the doorbell.
Who was at the doorbell? Was that Terry?
That's
There he
Terry.
is.
Yeah, he's back.
It's Terry because I didn't have to let him in.
Bing bong, or as the Irish would say, bong bing.
Bing, bing.
Bongling.
Hey,
Bong bing.
fungus.
Yeah, it's backwards.
Can I turn up the volume? Yes, I'll turn up the volume. I can't fix John, but I can fix the others. How's that? Let me know if that's better.
Yeah, I'm here. I think.
Oh, sorry, I'm
think I'm
talking
Hello,
to
Terry.
I'm talking to
Oh,
people
I'm
in
back
my
again.
in my stream who came over because you fell over. So
Yeah.
they know where to go
And
now.
by the time I had to set everything back up again, and
Not your graphics card, obviously.
oh yeah, that doesn't seem to be the graphics card.
No, I'm telling you. I as I said before, I think it's your OBS.
It's got new.
Something going on with it.
It's
Because
got the latest OBS now.
Well, I've been using all the different versions of ABS just to see if it was any difference.
I mean, have you got the latest version?
Yeah, I tried the latest version, it crashed. I tried an earlier version, it crashed.
Do you know the URL you have to actually use? Have you checked that you got the right URL for OBS as well to use?
Well, I used the
Stream.
OBS site.
Yeah, I helped him put it on, so it was right when he went on. It was the correct OBS site.
Definitely correct, is it? Okay,
Yeah.
fair enough.
Yeah.
But I don't know what you
Um,
currently had on. I didn't realise you weren't running the latest on this machine because I thought.
Well, I run in the 26, 27, 28.
that was
I've
before.
tried all three.
So when we crash now, what was you?
Yeah, I've
which
tried
one
the whole three all the time.
No, which one are you using at the moment? Oh, but when we crashed.
28. I was
28,
using
yeah.
28 before, and it
Yeah,
crashed.
yeah.
Twice it crashed on 28.
Yeah, I'm just checking.
Yeah. I've tried 26, it crashed. Tried 27, it crashed.
So is it your OBS is crashing when you say crash, or was your computer actually crashed?
The whole computer goes to the blue screen.
Ah.
It says
Oh,
Windows.
it's a computer
whatever.
then. Oh, right. Okay. Well, which case then it's hardware then. It's got to be. Because it's blue screen of death usually means hardware.
What
I thought-
about
I
the
thought-
RAM then? What about the RAM then? It might be
could be.
mucking up.
Yeah, it could be. It could be a RAM. But
Okay,
that doesn't.
I'll
That
try-
doesn't. That doesn't usually go though. Your RAM doesn't use the same with processors. They don't usually go faulty, but they can do.
Okay. Well, I'm building a new computer, so if I just put some new RAM in it,
Yeah.
by the time I get to buy the new motherboard and processor and
Yeah.
power, I'll just throw everything else in it.
My
Oh,
gut,
there's John in his house. There, look.
yeah, my gut feeling
noticed
is
that.
that's
G'day,
But
John.
there's a very good chance that, Terry, there's a very good chance that you won't be able to get RAM that's compatible between your current motherboard and whatever new motherboard
Oh,
you end up getting.
yeah, they changed it, didn't they? They changed the
Mhm.
name.
It's
You
John.
might have to end up getting a new motherboard.
Well, that's what I was planning on, buying a whole new computer.
Mm.
We've already looked at that. I showed everyone the specs for the choice I've got.
Oh, this.
I
is
can go
such
to
a
the
pain in
i7 and spend $200 more
Yeah.
and get the i9,
So,
the newer one.
so Terry, they're asking me in my channel. They could see a test pattern on yours. Did you set up a new stream?
Yes.
Good. Okay.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
already.
we're already
Yeah,
over
I'm
there.
already to
Therefore,
go.
they're
over
making
here.
their way over. I
Yeah.
just got a very strange text message from Angling Water, apologising about a water supply problems in Silverstone.
Does anyone want to address Bev over in the side chat in Discord?
Not really.
Do you actually get angry water?
I think Bev. I think
I don't
Blues.
know. He's trying to stir up trouble. That's all.
I
he's
think
trying to
Blues
He
got.
is. He
Blues
just
got
accused
something
you
tonight.
shutting the stream down. I just told him you didn't shut it down. You crashed again. He's just being, well, he's being Bev.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, Blue
Don't
was
feed
very.
the troll.
You just shut the stream down rather than deal with it. Deal with what?
What
Um,
is
We'll
posted.
go live anyway. We'll
The,
get.
the question he asked you that he thought was too challenging for us.
What? What question?
I don't know. We'll be live in a minute.
He
so
didn't
we'll
ask
get-
you. What question did he ask?
180
Well,
degrees
we'll
in
get
a
to it in a
triangle.
sec.
Yeah.
He posted
Hey.
a couple of screenshots from Twitter of a conversation he was having with somebody else.
It's just too chicken to come on here.
Who wants him on here anyway? I personally don't. It's up to you, Terry. It's your channel, but I don't.
Yeah.
I'd probably just mute and just shut up and go do something else.
Well, I don't
Oh, hello.
mind stirring people. I don't mind stirring people as long as we don't get too aggro and everything about it.
Well, I mean,
Oh, man.
it's never really going to go very nicely, is it, with Bev
He's-
here?
Now he's just spamming his shit again. Yeah.
He is terribly butthurt at the moment.
Yeah.
He
Well,
got
we
told
got
off
cream
by
for that.
Nathan.
We got cream.
Oh.
We got cream for that.
Who'd want to be put 3 hours up with Nathan? Oh my gosh, I tell you.
2.5 hours.
That's right.
I watched.
Oh, he posted a conversation he had with Nathan Oakley. He thinks he's a wanker anyway and a retard, doesn't he? So it's just... that was funny.
Do you know how you fight? How you generally don't ever want to agree with anything that Oakley says?
Yeah.
It's weird, isn't it?
Weird.
It's about the only thing I can agree with him on. He's a wanker and he's a liar. He is.
Yeah, he sort of goes against the grain to agree with anything that Oakley says, but I listened to all that and oh, it was difficult.
Can't help it, can you? Can't disagree. You can't say, no, he's not a wanker. No, he's not a liar. No, you can't, because he is. He's both of those things.
Vroom Fondle says, "Can you fill the kettles, farmers?" I don't remember.
Well, I did, and I've made a good go at draining it again.
Yeah.
What are you saying? Am I there, Timbo, in the DM
No.
call when I wasn't there?
Oh,
I say nobody
No,
replied to him in the
that's
Discord.
because we hadn't heard from you. You'd usually get back on this thing.
Well, I wasn't here. I was setting everything back up again.
Farmers, don't reply. Don't reply, farmers. Don't do it.
Fuck it.
We didn't know. Terry.
What's going on?
You're feeding the troll. Farmers is feeding the troll as well. Just feeding him little scraps.
Okay.
Here you go, have that. Here you go, have that. Here you go, have that.
Oh, go on then. Eat it off the floor.
Oh, he's
Off the
typing.
floor.
He's typing. He's typing. He's
Hello?
typing.
He's typing.
He's typing.
Yay, 10
Your
points for
what?
using a stupid
What's
word.
that big word he's trying to use?
Dialetheism.
Yeah.
Okay, what's that? What is dialetheism? Is that a medical condition?
No, dialetheism is the thesis that some contradictions are true.
But they've both got to be true.
He thinks it. Bev thinks that if he uses big long words, it makes him sound clever.
But doesn't
Yeah,
You
Dialith-
want,
spends a lot.
you want to discuss dialetheism? Is that what he wants to do?
don't
He
both things
spends
have to be
lots of
true?
time looking up words like that.
Hang on, Blue, what did you
It-
say, Blue? Go ahead.
He spends a lot of time looking up silly ass words like that, like dialetheism. That's believing something can be both true and false at the same time.
Okay.
That's what it is, and it's
I thought it was that
you know,
both things had to
inherent.
be both things had to be true, but they had to be contradictory for dialetheism. But I could be wrong.
No, it's well, I got it around here somewhere.
Yeah.
Ah, here it is. Dialetheism is the view that there are statements that are both true and false.
Ah, okay.
More precisely,
Okay.
it is the belief that there can be a true statement whose negation is also true. So it's an inherent contradiction.
Cheers, John. So you're getting a drink there? Can you hear me, John?
John.
John, hello.
You've got him on camera, but he's
Now
oh,
I
he's
can
got
hear
his
you.
headset. No, you hear him.
Now
What
I
are
can hear you.
what are you drinking, John?
Strong base cider, mate.
Ah, cider.
Oh, I think I've just shut Bev up. Sorry.
That's
Did
not
you?
possible.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
possible.
He said want to discuss, and I said want to discuss being a flat earther and denying being a flat earther. Here he is. He's just come into the Discord chat.
Why doesn't he go over to the YouTube chat?
Really?
Yeah, I
he
see him.
does-
He's in. Have a go.
What doesn't he want to join the YouTube chat? Okay, we're back, I think.
Let him in here.
Yeah. Yeah, we won't bite. You've all had your shots, haven't you? So you.
Bev shots.
I didn't know. I don't think there's a flurf vaccination. I don't think.
Okay, we're back, I think. Oh, whatever.
Let him in.
Yes, we are. Yeah, here we are.
Yeah, let him in then. Sod it.
Yeah.
Like it.
Well, remember what happened last time? We
Yeah.
let somebody in and you just picked on them and they ran away.
Who was that?
We promised to do it even better this time.
Yeah.
Well, we'll put
Yeah.
the timer on. We'll put the timer on. You reckon?
Yeah. See, are you Are we live yet? By the way, sorry.
I think we are. If the
We
peanuts
are.
can hear us.
I haven't looked yet.
Well, I can see us. I don't know whether they can hear us.
I don't know how many peanuts have we got going. Oh, we got 14 back, so that's not too bad.
Oh, better give it a like.
Dare you try Lindsay again? Thurston said, dare you try.
Oh, we can. There's more Lindsays.
Oh yes. Yes.
Well, I've still got. I thought.
We only
I'll
got
have to
partway through that one.
restart it, though. We might have missed what he said. It might have been something important.
Maybe that's the trouble. You do the YouTube stream, and that's when it falls over. Who knows?
No, it doesn't crash every time we play Lindsay. I'm
No,
sure of
true.
that.
Are you sure? Just seems like every time you do play Lindsay, it crashes.
Yeah, could be a Lindsay. Yeah, you're right. Could be. Oh, by the way, the membership's not live yet. There's a step I haven't completed. I just realised.
But bribing them.
Yeah.
You know what I might do?
What?
Because I'm able to do this.
What?
What?
Where are we? If it should still work. That now.
Well, that's what we said, yeah.
Okay.
Hang on.
I'm over there.
Yeah, that's what we said.
Dropped by the way from
No,
Discord.
no.
Where are we?
Nobody
Everybody's
talking. They're all deafened.
No,
No, we're not deaf.
I don't know what the fuck's going on.
Yes, Bev, we realise you don't know what the fuck's going on.
But that's
Right,
true with
are
any
you,
blurb.
you over here now?
No, we're all,
Yeah, we're over here.
we're on Zoom at the moment, and you can hear us on Zoom. We're all together here on Zoom. Through
Yeah.
Terry, so you can hear
Okay.
everybody through Terry.
So when Terry said you can join my show, what he meant was I can come and talk to you, so you guys can come and talk to me, right?
No.
No.
Right.
No.
Okay.
No,
So
I mean,
where's your
you
show,
could come.
Terry?
You could come and join us.
Yes. Where does that happen? Because now you guys have come and joined us.
Well, Terry has.
I
Yes.
have. I don't know why you can't
Right.
hear me.
So
for some
Terry,
reason.
what are we doing with the show? Where's your show? And where can I come and join it?
Why can't he hear me through there? They can hear me, but he can't.
Can you hear? You can't hear
Terry?
Can you? You
Yeah,
can't hear Terry.
tell him
Bev.
that my.
Bev, you can't hear Terry at the moment. He is
I can't.
talking to
No,
you.
I can't hit.
Yeah.
I don't
hang
know.
on.
Who's that?
Ah,
Is that
Timbo.
Terry talking right
No.
now? I don't know.
No, this is
No,
Timbo.
no.
Timbo
Well,
talking.
Terry lights up in here now.
Exactly. Yeah, because I know.
Terry in the show, right? Whenever anybody talks, Terry lights up.
Yes,
Whose bright idea
that's
was it to copy Nathan Oakley's
right.
format?
Let me explain. Right, at the moment we're all sitting on Zoom. Okay, so what you're hearing
Yeah.
is everybody
You're doing
that's
what
on.
Nathan Oakley does.
Hang on, everybody you can
You're
hear.
doing what Nathan Oakley does and pipes it through.
Thanks
Yeah,
for
we
talking.
get it.
Thanks for talking over me. So you can hear
shut up,
everybody that's on
Paige.
Zoom.
Yeah, we get it. We get it. You wanted him to join your show. This is not
Yes.
joining your show.
I personally
Where is
didn't,
the
no.
Zoom link?
Definitely understand. We're on Discord now, right? We
Where's the
are
Zoom link?
talking on Discord. You guys are on Zoom.
Tell him I've
Right?
muted the
Now,
live stream.
did
so
you
no, they
tell
can't
us
hear
that
us.
your
Stop,
show
I
was
can't.
on Zoom, or is it on Discord?
No, it's on Zoom.
Guys, we're in Discord now.
I can't work out why.
So you've joined
You're
the
not
show.
all pissed out your faces already.
No, we're not. No, completely so. Paige, why don't you explain to Bev a little bit more? I don't think he quite understands what's going on.
Paige, please, could you
Fucking hell.
please
Now
figure
can you
out
hear
who
me?
you're talking
Are you
to?
able to hear me now, Bev?
Am I?
Is that Terry
Yes,
talking? The
Terry-
one that's saying, "Can you
My-
hear me now, Bev?" When
Yeah.
Terry lights up.
Yeah.
Right. That.
No,
Yes, I can hear you, Terry. If that's
Right.
you.
They can't hear us in the live stream at the moment because I just muted that. I just sent the invite out in my live stream in the side chat to anyone that wants to join the panel. We're just having a Christmas evening type show, and if anyone wants to come in and have a discussion or a chat, they're
Well, I
most
did.
welcome to.
I went into your Discord, Terry.
Yeah, I seen you over there.
Yeah. Well, why don't you do what you're doing right here now in this Discord over on your Discord? Then when people do join your Discord, you can talk to them like you are doing now.
But they can just join
Why
the
don't
Zoom
you do that on your Discord?
because I do it through Zoom.
Yeah, so does Nathan Oakley. But he manages to talk to the people in Discord like we're doing.
Why don't you just
right
come? Why don't
now.
you just come into what the original invite was for you to
What's
actually
Zoom
come on
bit? What's
Zoom?
your little private
They
party?
can't hear you, Matt. Because
Oh,
my
right,
sound's
okay.
not.
Okay.
So what are you saying, Matt? Sorry.
Why does the original invite was
I
for
know
him
what
to
I
come
mean,
onto the
Matt.
show?
Yeah,
on
Matt.
Zoom?
Yeah.
Matt doesn't even know who he's talking to, so maybe he should lay off the alcohol.
What?
No one's been drinking here. He's trying to say something about going into Discord.
You just said earlier, Terry, that you were on a liquid lunch. Or was that a lie?
This is
No,
childish.
it's not lunch. It's evening. I've just had a few beers during the
So
evening.
why did you say that nobody's drinking if you are drinking?
Yeah, but I'm not
That's
drinking.
a
I'm not.
lie.
Yeah, but I'm not drinking to get drunk. It's like eating. It's like
Fucking hell,
That's what alcoholics say.
no. It's like eating
They
food.
like
I'm not
drinking
full. I'm
to
not
get
full.
drunk.
Jesus God.
So I'm finishing off my last beer now, and I've been drinking.
6:45
I started at about 5 o'clock this evening, which is about 6 hours ago, and I've had 6 beers.
Wait,
So-
so you have been drinking then? Why did you say that nobody's been drinking?
He didn't
Just
say
own
that.
up and say, yeah, I've been drinking.
Yeah, but drinking
Yeah.
can be taken in two contexts: drinking as in getting drunk, or just having a drink.
No, it's all the same thing.
If you're
Drinking
drinking,
is
you're drinking,
drinking.
Terry. I mean, it's dead simple.
Oh, this is
If you're
pathetic.
drinking,
It really
don't
These
is.
say
people would argue
nobody's
with
drinking.
anything about
What?
anything.
What's the point,
Jesus
Terry?
Christ.
Drinking.
Just come
What's wrong
away,
with
People
Terry.
might think you're being a
Idiots.
little bit dishonest.
I've had beers, so
Idiots.
if you want to say I've been drinking, well, that's okay.
Is that the liar calling people dishonest?
Christ. This is childish. It really is. It's like
well-
kindergarten.
They have the mind of children. What do you expect?
Right.
Is this
I
a Bev?
wanted to have a word with Farmer's Boy really about his claim of
no.
two-dimensional stuff, but I mean, I'm guessing it's Christmas. He'll be having fun in the background, just talking shit about people.
Oh,
Like you do.
and that's sorry, Bev. That's your job. I'll leave that to you.
He's been
I
on
do
Twitter
apologise.
this morning, hasn't
Like
he?
you do,
have
Bev.
I? Oh, have
Talking
you on
shit.
Twitter?
Like the shit you talk every day.
It's a bit
Is that
too
what you're talking
challenging,
about,
though.
Bev? That
Oh
kind
shit!
of
I
shit?
can't hear us on YouTube.
No sound on YouTube. I don't know. You've got some issues there, Terry. Do you want to sort out your Discord stream? Then we can do this, and then everybody can hear each other in Discord. It'll
Yeah,
just mean that everybody comes off mute and deafen on Discord.
Nope.
Can't do that.
I don't know if I'm able to.
It'll probably save you a load of stuff with your streaming, Terry, to stop you from needing to go through. Well, what is it you're through? You're not through Discord, are you?
No, I use Banana through Zoom.
Yeah. So if you stop using Banana and Zoom and just go to Discord and then just stream your Discord to your live stream, then you'll cut down a load of stuff and you might stop crashing.
But Discord's shit for
Go through
streaming.
Zoom.
It's awful for streaming.
Do it all through
Yeah.
Discord.
Discord is shit for
You
streaming.
still switch your cameras on. You can still do all of that
At
stuff that you
the
do on
moment,
Zoom.
Alan, I
You
can't.
just do it through
For
Discord.
some reason, they can't hear me over in their Discord.
It sounds like
Well-
you're using extra processing power that isn't
Well,
really needed.
When
by
you know
putting it
when I
extra
change.
through,
I'll come back later when this is all over because this is
Yeah.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
is-
I've just muted. I'm going to go out of there.
Yeah, come out of there.
you're getting this stupid, childish fucking argument. It's ridiculous. It's
Well,
like kindergarten.
what I
This
noticed,
really is.
what I noticed is I'm not getting. So somehow my sound is not going through.
Did you change your Discord inputs so that
What
you're
I had
getting
to
your input from? Did you change over Discord so that your mic is on?
Yeah, what I do to get everyone to be heard over in Discord and me in my user settings in Discord, I usually go to the voice video, and normally when I'm just running Discord on its own, when I'm just normal without any live stream, it's default input, and I use voice mode off
so that your mic is on.
Right, now that's just normal. Then when I want people to hear over in for use, what I do to get everyone to be heard over in Discord, I go to the voice meter aux. Now I did that just then, like I normally would do, so use could be heard over in Discord, but I wasn't able to talk in Discord. They couldn't hear me in
Terry,
Discord over there.
You know where your microphone input is for in Banana. Is the microphone going to B1 and B2?
I've got voice meter, VAIO, virtual inputs.
No. That, on the very left-hand side, where your microphone, where your hardware microphone input is into Banana, do both lit up?
No.
You need to have them both lit up for them to hear you in Discord.
With the auxiliary setting set to the thing. Okay.
With the auxiliary setting thing to the, because basically what's happening is without them both on, your Banana isn't sending your mic input to Discord.
Okay. We'll check that. I'm glad Bev's been a guinea pig for this.
But please don't go back in there, because that was fucking painful.
Yeah.
Ah.
If it's gonna
Was that Emma accusing people of being drunk again?
Yes.
Yeah, that was Emma.
That's all she does. That's every time. I mean, when I used to go into the side chat, as soon as you start telling them, explain to them why they're wrong, she just accuses you of being drunk, which is very bizarre. So nothing's changed then.
It's 6:50 in the morning, you fucking tit. I'm not drunk.
Yeah. But the last time I interacted with her, she said something, I'll ignore Farmer's Boy, he's obviously drunk. And it was something like, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. It's like, you're having a laugh, aren't you? But that's what she says about everything. She just accuses everybody of being drunk. She's been doing that for ages. Which is weird. I'm guessing she's projecting.
Did we just lose Terry again?
Did we lose Terry again?
It was Terry just dropped.
Yeah.
Again.
Screen just dropped, or the stream just dropped too.
My stream's still up, so some will probably wander back over there. Just so you know. Dora's already there, so I only leave it up so that they know what's going on or not going on.
Do you think we could club together?
Get Terry a new computer.
Do you think we could club together enough, perhaps, between us supporters and stuff like that, enough to maybe to get him a computer that's just good enough to do live stream? Do you think? What do you think?
We probably can.
I'll have to start on the new year, but
Yeah.
Yeah, so I could certainly chip into that fund.
Yeah, I said he would.
Yeah, we'll do something.
More than happy to if it gets us past all this nonsense.
Yeah.
Mm.
Okay.
Have to carry on talking shit.
You do. There's a few in my channel can hear what you're saying. So you go into the world.
There you go. I think
Colon, I've been on the Advocar again. God, I haven't had that in a long time.
There you go. I've definitely my membership is definitely active now. It just started it, so it says it has. So yeah, it definitely has. I was mistaken last time. I hadn't. See what you can find. If you can see it, let me know.
I'll see if you're there. Let's have a look. Going over to there. Come on. Internet's struggling a little bit.
Get down to the M's. M.
Where are you? M. Oh, he's at the top of my list. So.
Well, it's because it's M2M. That helps.
Yeah.
No, I think my subscription thing does whoever did the last bit of content or something or other. I'm not sure. No membership yet on your channel.
No. Okay, well, it's definitely. I've got the screen up. It's saying that looking for the analytics for membership. So.
Oh no, here it is. Right, I have a button that says join.
That's the one.
Oh yeah, I got a join button.
It says join this channel. Yes. Yeah. Well, that's it. If you press the join button, you can join the channel for £3.99 a month.
I just refreshed and it came back up.
Yeah, probably literally just this second gone active.
Yeah. Because I noticed the other guys have a membership bar which shows people who are members for, but obviously you haven't got anyone there for that to show yet. So.
Yeah, you can get a remanufactured computer for a few $100s.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was just thinking.
And,
refurbished somewhere from somewhere.
Yeah. That's what I did with Cavendish. And I set that. It was a Dell, I think, remanufactured Dell. Set this thing up out there, and it had a gig hard drive, and it ran 3 webcams and OBS and Discord, everything. No problem.
That's all it did. Yeah.
Dedicated for that. Yeah. And I paid $200 for it.
Yeah.
Nice.
Mine's a refurbished one workstation, and I paid a little bit more than $200, but it's got a pretty grunny machine. So 16 cores and 7 terabytes of memory of hard drive, and so yeah, still.
But this is an HP Z600, obviously second hand off eBay. It's now got two 1 terabyte hard drives in it, right. 2 and 4 core processors. Plus, it came with these 2 24-inch eArmor monitors, which apparently are quite good.
Yeah, eArmor are good.
Yeah, two of them was part of the deal, and I think originally that cost me about 350 quid, something like that.
Yeah.
I mean, I've upgraded the processors and the graphics card since, but yeah, that comes with 24 gig of RAM. It's not a bad machine, to be honest.
No, I was that's the way to go. Buy a good quality second-hand machine. You always come off better. For a desktop, anyway. For a laptop, I'm completely the other way. Laptops, buy the best you can, modern ones.
Yeah. But say with PCs with workstations.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the way to do it. You don't have to spend that much money. And he's not looking at well, I don't know what's like over there in Oz, but it must be the same sort of thing.
I can get a tower. This is the bottom end, so I can get a refurbished HP Z230, which has got an i7 in it, with 16 gig for 220 Australian dollars. So that's a pretty reasonable machine.
I just deafened myself over in Discord for a sec, so.
Okie dokie.
Where am I? Have I got Zoom back?
Yes, you're back in Zoom.
Yeah, you're back.
Isn't this interesting? Christmas Eve.
I'm listening to
Christmas
Bev.
Eve.
I'm listening to Bev in one ear and you guys in the other.
Scientist.
We can hear Bev.
Science of the sphere.
Oh, you can hear Bev.
Coming
Keen to know what all this is about.
Okay.
Yeah, you can hear Bev.
Sadly, just continue to use advanced simplicity whilst talking to.
He's talking to himself at the moment.
I hope everybody can keep up with this.
Just listen to him talking to himself.
Amazing.
That's all he does.
The logical leaps that are made.
Well, is he still in his Discord server?
No, he's in my Discord.
Yeah, but is he in his like you do?
No, he's actually in my Discord.
Yeah.
Why doesn't he just come in the bloody Zoom call?
It's not very good material.
Give him the link.
I don't know who he's talking to.
This will liven up and turn into a conversation about something.
He's not talking to
other than just name calling and misrepresentations of.
I've got a laugh.
So presumably he's recording this and he's just talking to himself then.
That's what he's doing.
Yeah, I'd say that's what he's doing.
I think that's where the discussion should be at. Actual a discussion about the arguments. And by argument, I don't mean talking and shouting at people. I mean an actual constructive.
But I pay for the 5-minute argument, not the 10-minute one.
We can't hear you at the moment.
I'm not paying for the full half-hour. Bollocks to
that. Right.
Okay. He just sat over there talking to himself then.
I don't know what he's doing. He's over there talking to because I told him I've got to deafen myself a lot to set stuff up.
Anyway, I've got to get out of here. I'd like to wish everyone a very Merry Christmas. Thank you very much, and hope the next year will be Less fliffs.
Oh, that's it. Run away now. Yeah, go on.
Yeah, yeah, bugger off.
Oh,
I'm
hang
in
on.
here.
My phone's ringing. Quick, somebody fucking phone me.
Gonna go
Welcome to
church.
Flirty Philosophy.
Oh, now
Lindsay,
Lindsay comes
and
up.
today I'm going to reveal some stuff that may frighten some people. So you
Oh.
may want to sit down with a friend and hold
Lindsay, I
their
didn't
hand.
say you could speak.
Just so you know, Terry, everything's still going out to my stream, so anything you say is...
Yeah, I can see you're live.
That's just happened to you up again, or whatever you plan to do.
Yeah,
Thanks, Terry.
yeah.
Thanks, Blue. Thanks, boys.
Thanks,
Bye.
John.
Cheers,
Okay.
mate.
Good to catch up with you, mate. Okay. I can get us. You still there, Farmer? Sorry, I haven't got my. I can't see who's there.
Yeah, still here.
HP Z820 workstation. Xenon E5s. $1,300. That's pretty good.
I'm just wondering if I should just try to live stream through Discord
I just give them the
for
link.
now, just to see if
Yeah.
it crashes.
Yeah, you could.
Just to see,
Oh,
just
okay.
to see if
see,
it
what
crashes.
see what it does. Yeah.
Yeah.
Go.
Okay.
Go for it.
God, that means we'll be able to
So-
get Bev.
Yeah, so we'll all exit out of here.
Okay.
Just boot us out of here.
Yeah, I'll boot you out of here.
Okay, I'll just set up for my stream to go to hear Discord too, so you're right. Okay. For anyone who's still in my stream, we'll just see if I can get us over there. Let's come into here. Switch this to... where are you, Discord? Okay. Let's look into Discord.
I don't even bother with any of that.
I don't even know what I used back in the day.
I just
When I
use
first
Discord.
started.
You've
I
got
had to
all
use
your sound
OBS though.
controls and everything. Yeah, I know. But you just pipe your entire Discord through to OBS. That's all we've ever
Didn't used to
done.
work
Keep it
back in the
simple.
day, though, did it, Bev? Because you couldn't put the bloody audio through of anything through.
What,
Oh,
into
yeah,
OBS?
yeah, I had trouble with
Didn't do that.
audio. That's what the issue was, the audio.
It just
I
goes
couldn't
through
get
as
the
a
audio.
desktop audio and the mic.
Oh, I tried
Dave,
that and it didn't.
Try fucking listening. You didn't used to be able to pipe audio through Discord from
Right,
another
well-
application. It wouldn't bloody do it.
For as long as I've had this Discord, I've been able to do it through OBS. Yes, I have.
Yeah, but you
So-
haven't been doing it very fucking long, have you, you twat?
Well, within 2 years, is that?
Terry's been doing this a fuck sight longer than 2 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, he could have changed it within the last 2 years to do this. You can do it. It's dead
But
easy.
Zoom's a fuck sight better for doing this from than Discord is.
So there's no need to get upset about it. Our Discord is like where we are at the minute, and it seems to be working. Is it working good for you, Terry? Are you streaming this?
I
Now.
haven't gone live yet. I'm just setting it up.
They can hear on my channel, just so you know.
Saying if Terry, like he has had problems with his PC, running Zoom and Discord seems like a bit of a silly idea. May as well just pipe it all through Discord.
Well, it's been going good until the computer.
Yeah.
Because I was having issues.
Yeah, that sound meter banana causes all sorts of problems. Sleeping Warrior taught me how to use that and promptly wrecked the sound system on my PC, so I just got rid of it. There's no need to be fucking making problems for yourself because somebody says you want to use this.
Bev,
It's dead easy.
I've been going.
We're interested in what your fucking opinion of banana or Zoom is.
No need to be so hostile. Who's that? Is that Alan?
It has been going all right for the last couple of years. It's just the computer that started fucking up in the last month.
Yeah. Just so you know, Bev, this is Timbo Turtle. This is
Hey, Timbo.
it's just going out to my channel as a backup so that their users know what's going on. So just what we're saying is going out at the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
And then Terry will flick over and then I'll go back to Terry's channel.
Sweet.
Yeah. I just didn't like you to think that you were going out and you didn't know it. That's all.
Yeah. Farmer's Boy, can we go back to that? Farmer's Boy said that I can come in and what you want to do. Let's see. Want to discuss being a flat earther and denying being a flat earther. Farmer's Boy. Do you want to deny being a flat earther, Farmer's Boy?
What?
Do you want to deny being a flat earther?
Well, I'm not a flat earther, the Earth is sphere.
So you do want to deny being a flat earther?
Yes.
Right, okay. Now, do you want to discuss being a flat earther and denying being a flat earther? That's your question. Is that what you want to do?
Bev, you're quite clearly a flat earther, and up until
No. The
2019,
discussion is about denying being a flat earther.
That's what you do. You deny being a flat earther.
Yeah, like you. You deny being a flat earther too.
Okay then, Bev.
Isn't that something we have in common?
Bev, what's the shape
We
of the Earth?
both deny being a flat earther.
What's the shape of the Earth, Bev?
I don't know.
There you go, you're a flat earther. You don't know. You do know. You're just pretending that it's flat.
No, I don't. I don't pretend it's flat. I say it's definitely not flat.
What's your evidence for it not being flat? Don't say it's got hills, mountains, and terrain because that's moronic.
We can measure elevation changes. That's not the shape of the Earth.
No, that's not the shape of the Earth.
Flat.
That's not the shape of the Earth.
I know. It's not flat.
Yes,
right.
But you're
I know that. Like you, Farmer's Boy. I deny being a flat earther. That's what the discussion is. But that's not a rebuttal. Like, you deny being a flat earther. Does that make you a flat earther?
No, because I know it's a sphere.
Because you deny it's a flat earth. Right?
I know
it's a
sphere.
So do you have a proof that it's not flat?
I have, potentially millions.
Potentially millions?
Well, it depends which one I select.
Mm-hmm. So would you like to select a proof that it's not flat? And then we can discuss them. We can discuss them within a debate scenario, you and me. You go with your proof that it's not flat, and I'll go and show my proof that it's not flat.
I've just shown you my proof that it's not flat.
What? That's a picture. That's not a proof.
Is it not?
No.
Let's see your proof then.
It comes through a syllogism, a logical statement. Where's your proof to go with that?
Saturday morning.
I know. You want to discuss it though? You asked me to invite us in.
I did not ask you in here. I don't want to discuss your bullshit.
What does this say? It says here. Want to discuss being a flat earther and denying being a flat earther. That's
yes,
you.
And you don't.
That's you making that statement.
Yes.
And then Blue says, "Come on in." So I'm in here, at the request of you because you want to discuss being a flat earther and denying being a flat earther. Now, you personally, you have said that you deny being a flat earther.
Yes.
Right. So you want to discuss you denying being a flat earther?
No.
Okay. You want to discuss me denying being a flat earther?
Yes.
Okay. So I'll make the statement, right? I have a proof that it is not flat. So I cannot be denying that I'm a flat earther. I can prove that I'm not a flat earther. As a statement, right? I can prove that, Farmer's Boy.
Can you?
Yes.
What's your definition of flat earther?
Well, I don't have a definition of something that doesn't exist.
Oh, so flat earth doesn't exist? Oh, right, okay.
Yes. It's not flat.
So there are no flat earthers. There's no flat earth movement. There, all of these videos of people claiming the earth is flat. It's all bollocks.
Not flat, Farmer's
You're
Boy.
absolutely right. It isn't flat. No, it's a sphere.
Okay, brilliant.
It's a ball. It's a ball.
What's a ball?
The planet that we're on.
In your imagination, you can say that. Where's your proof?
Not in my imagination.
Do you have a proof for that statement?
Yes, we have satellites and space stations in orbit around it. Oh, you're going to deny that they're a thing then? That, you know,
well, I can give you
space stations.
I can make a logical argument for you.
Can you really?
Yes. Do you want me to?
Sure, this would be good.
Okay. Modus tollens. The one that QE tried to do it and he didn't finish it off.
Don't care about QE.
Okay.
He's an idiot.
Yeah. Well, that's nice. Ad hom. Say whatever you want about other people.
No, it's not an idiot. No, it's not an ad hom. It's an insult.
Okay.
They're not
well,
the same thing.
nice that you go along with that as a start. Right. So here we go. Listen to this. Take this as a statement. If the Earth is a spherical object, as you say, right? Because that was your statement. So if it is, then the surface of liquid water must curve at rest. I suppose you could add to that. The surface of liquid water at rest must curve. Yeah, you like that? That's a consequent, antecedent consequent relationship.
Blah de blah. Yeah, keep going.
Okay, so that's a P and a Q statement.
Oh,
but a water level is a tool for establishing a horizontal plane of reference.
Oh, for fuck!
No,
have we gone all the way back to this again?
That's not what a water level is for.
No, it's not. Go on, Paul.
A water level is for establishing equal potential in gravity. It doesn't establish a horizontal. You're wrong right from the start there. Your argument, your modus tollens is flawed right from the very beginning.
What with the statement, a water level is a tool for establishing a horizontal plane of reference?
Yeah, that's right. Where does it establish a plane of horizontal reference, Bev?
The water level.
Yeah, where does it establish the horizontal?
In between the 2 points of the water level.
Yeah, whereabouts in between?
Anywhere in between.
No,
The entirety in between. It's a horizontal plane. You
False.
can move either of those ends of the water level to any position to identify where the horizontal plane exists in
False.
between the two.
False. That's not true.
Well,
as soon as you move one or both of the ends of the water level, you're establishing an entirely different horizontal plane, which is not parallel to the one you had established just prior.
well, that sounds a bit of a massive claim that you're making right there.
Really? It's demonstrable.
Well, now that definitely is a claim, isn't it? To say that it is demonstrable.
Definitely is a claim, yes. That's what reciprocal zenith angles do.
I can show you that a water level is indeed a device that establishes a horizontal plane of reference, as in all of the points lie on a horizontal plane of that water, that body of water, establishing with the hydrostatic. That's a horizontal plane.
False.
Yes.
No,
definitely.
it's false.
That is demonstrable.
I'm sorry, but it's not. because clearly the horizontal at one end of the water level is completely different from the horizontal at the other end of the water level.
No, the 2 points establish the horizontal between them.
You're not listening to what I say, are you, Bev? You completely whistled past the very words that I actually said. I said that the horizontal at one end of the water level is completely different from the horizontal at the other end of the water level.
There is only one horizontal from one end to the other. There isn't.
No, that's wrong too. There's one horizontal in between the two ends, but there are multiple horizontals in between the two ends.
The horizontal plane that's established by the water level.
Is it?
Yes.
Where is that horizontal plane established by the water level?
In between the two ends.
Whereabouts in between the two ends?
The shortest distance between those 2 points would be a horizontal line or plane, especially when you have a device called a level that establishes horizontal planes. No,
I'm sorry, but you're wrong, Bev. The horizontal plane that a water level establishes is exactly equidistant from the two ends in the middle. That's where the established horizontal plane is. Nowhere else along that line of sight between the two ends is that horizontal the same.
Well, that'll be up to you to show your good people. Nice Christmas present for you to be giving everybody.
Yes, that's what reciprocal zenith angles do, Bev. That's what they show. They show that the two horizontals at each end of the water level aren't the same.
I doubt that you've actually thought about that geometrically. And the fact that the perpendicularity of vertical and horizontal.
Have, Bev, because it shouldn't all the points in between the two ends include the two ends, Bev?
Yeah, it's a horizontal plane. Everybody knows, with zero slope or tilt or curve.
So when we measure, when we actually establish the horizontal at point A, and we also establish the horizontal at point B, and then we find that those two horizontals aren't parallel, then that kind of indicates that your premise is false.
No, because you're separating A and B.
The two horizontal planes at A and B are completely different.
No, it is the horizontal plane established between A and B.
The horizontal plane established between A and B only exists equidistant from A and B. As soon as you go towards A or towards B from that point, it is a different horizontal that is not parallel to the established horizontal between A and B.
Well, you seem to be the spokesperson for this. I was just hoping that everybody else of yours on the this is Sphere site.
Everybody else here agrees that they'll say the same thing, Bev.
Well, I know you because you're sort of telling them to. You do him like a Nathan Oakley.
I'm not telling them to. I'm not telling them.
Yeah, but the way you're saying this, nobody's ever.
I'm not actually telling any. When did I actually tell anybody else what to say, Bev? I didn't tell anybody else to say that.
Well, yeah, well, just wait and see how many people, whether they all agree with you, whether they're all fully on board with this.
Say it. I'm sure they'll say it, Bev, but it's not because I told them to say it, because I didn't anywhere tell them what to say. That's just an assertion that you made. I don't know why you would make that assertion.
Well, like I say, you seem to be the big voice on this. I was talking to Farmer's Boy about
now you're talking to me. Yeah. You're right. You were talking to Farmer's Boy, but now you're talking to me.
Yeah. Yep. So that statement about the modus tollens, you have a problem with it because you don't think that a water level is a tool for establishing a horizontal plane of reference.
Well, it can establish a horizontal plane, Bev, but it only establishes a horizontal plane equidistant between the two ends, nowhere else.
But there's no other part of the water level there in the middle.
I wasn't quite finished, Bev. You're rude. Yeah, no. It only establishes a horizontal plane between the two ends. Any other point, other than the point that's equidistant between the two ends, that horizontal will be a different horizontal.
It's just the one horizontal plane, though.
Yeah, the one horizontal plane
From
is
A to B.
No, not from A to B. Equidistant from A to B. There's a point between A and B where that horizontal is established. That is the only point at which that horizontal has been established. The point that's equidistant between A and B. In other words, in the middle between A and B, that's where the horizontal is established and nowhere else.
Well, I would suggest that the entire horizontal plane is established between A and B. And that, being a horizontal plane, can be extended mathematically in a straight line indefinitely.
Well, then why is it, Bev, that when we establish the horizontal at A and we also establish the horizontal at B, we do this by looking at the zenith, right?
Because by looking, on the water level.
It wasn't quite finished.
Yeah,
why are you interrupting?
You have moved from the water level.
Why do you feel it necessary to butt in when I haven't completed what I'm saying?
You're doing a non sequitur.
No, because you're scared of what I'm going to say, Bev.
No, you're just doing a non sequitur.
When we establish the horizontal at A by looking at the zenith, because that's how we establish horizontals in reality, isn't it, Bev? No. Yes, it is, Bev.
No,
it is,
with the
Bev.
water level, that's not how we
don't use water levels to establish horizontals, Bev.
Yes, we do.
No one uses a water level to establish a horizontal.
Yes, we do.
We use the vector of gravity to establish a horizontal, Bev.
We have a test where we use the water level.
All surveying instruments use the vector of gravity to establish a horizontal by first establishing a vertical, and then 90 degrees to that vertical is by definition the horizontal. That's how it's done in reality, Bev. Nowhere do you use a water level in surveying.
You say that you don't use a water level in surveying.
No, we don't.
Have you ever heard of a canal?
Water level.
Have you ever heard of a canal?
I have heard of a canal.
Have you ever heard of a surveying process called differential levelling?
Yeah, I have, Bev.
And are you aware that process is how you establish the levels for the canals?
Does not use a water level, Bev.
The canal system used the water levels.
Differential levelling doesn't use a water level, Bev.
Within the canal system, the differential levelling is shown within the levels of the water within the bodies of the canal in between locks. That is a water level, a static water level. And that shows that there is no elevation change apart from in the lock system, where there is a vertical change. That's
not true.
In reality, yes. In reality,
no, not in reality, Bev. Because in reality, surveyors apply a correction when they do surveying. They apply a correction because of the curvature of the Earth, so that their elevations are in fact correct. Because if they didn't apply that correction, then the elevations would not be correct.
They correct a horizontal, do they?
Yes, they do, Bev.
But a horizontal is just perpendicular to vertical. What sort of a correction would you apply to a straight line?
We've established that horizontals are perpendicular to vertical because that's how we establish horizontals in surveying, Bev. We first establish a vertical by using either a pendulum or a self-leveling, auto level, which uses gravity anyway, to establish the vertical, and then we establish the horizontal from that. So if we pick 2 points and we establish the vertical, and then we establish the horizontal at each of those points from that vertical, we notice that those horizontals aren't parallel, Bev. Why?
I don't know. All horizontals are parallel.
But they're not, Bev, because
we can
demonstrate that they aren't. Because when I look through my auto level at the auto level,
why you citing auto levels with auto levels? That's fucking ridiculous. Come on.
It only has to be a quarter of a mile away, and then we can do that. What do the crosshairs on an auto level indicate, Bev?
I just point out that this guy is just said he's citing auto levels through auto levels.
What do the crosshairs on an auto level represent?
Obviously cursed. This must be one
What
of
do
your
the crosshairs on an auto level represent, Bev?
The crosshairs on an auto level are perpendicular to each other, and some of them represent stadia hairs.
What does the horizontal central line on an auto level represent, Bev?
A straight line in geometry.
The part where Bev plays the little game. He won't answer the question honestly because he knows very well what the horizontal line in the center of an auto represents, folks. It represents the horizontal plane established by the auto level at the position that the auto level is positioned. That's what the crosshairs represent, Bev.
That horizontal plane extends outwards, doesn't it?
The extension of the horizontal plane out to infinity from the position of the auto level. As long as we sight through that auto level, as long as we sight through the auto level, when we sight through the auto level, and we look at the crosshairs, we know that we're looking along that plane that's been established at the point that the auto level has been set up. That's what the crosshairs represent, Bev. They represent that plane at the point that the auto level has been set up.
The plane?
Yeah, that's what the crosshairs represent. Because if they didn't represent that, Bev, then there would be no usefulness in the crosshairs, would there? We wouldn't be able to use them to read a stadia.
There is a limit to how far you can actually read, though, isn't it?
Oh, there's a limit to how far you can read a stadia stick, but no matter how far you sight, that crosshair still, no matter how far you sight, that crosshair still represents the horizontal plane that you've established at the point of the auto level.
It's in the eyepiece of the auto level. The image comes to your eye.
The fuck does that mean, Bev? Those are just words that don't actually mean anything.
That's the way it works. Your eye sees
an explanation
the image
by saying
that
that's the way it works.
Eye.
So here we've got an image that comes to your eye, and that's the way it works, folks. That's a great explanation.
That's what you measure.
No,
you measure the measuring rod.
But that's not how optics works,
Bev.
What
you're doing.
Right? Yeah, I do know what I'm doing.
Talking about a horizontal, you're all over the place, man.
Yeah, that's what the crosshairs represent, Bev. Because if those crosshairs didn't represent the horizontal plane, if those crosshairs didn't establish a horizontal plane out to infinity, then at what distance can we read the horizontal plane off at, Bev? Because that's what you're doing when you're reading a stadia stick, aren't you? You're reading the horizontal.
I'd say there's a limit of, I put a limit of 50 meters on it, but
why?
People can push it to 100. I don't know whether they get brave or whatever. Some people just say 30 yards.
Why is there a limit?
The maximum limit, because you can't read the numbers on the measuring rod to a millimeter, and you like to stay millimeter accurate whenever you're doing any of these actual surveying processes.
I don't need a stick or a rod to be present to know that the crosshair represents the horizontal plane.
In order for you to do surveying, there are 3 vital components, of which the measuring rod is one of them. You can't just get rid of it. Otherwise, you're not talking about surveying. That's nice of you to know.
I can get rid of it, Bev,
because not talking about a surveying procedure.
I can get rid of it, Bev, because when I look through my auto level, I know that the crosshairs represent the horizontal plane that I've established. That's what I take for granted. Every time you read your stadia stick, you are taking for granted that the crosshairs represent the horizontal plane that you've established. If you can't,
I know how they are. I know how it works. There's no need to get upset and trying to tell everybody this moronic process that you do it.
No need to overtalk me, Bev, because if I can't assume that crosshair represents the horizontal, then there's no point in reading the stadia stick in the first place. there, Bev?
You seem lost, man. Like really lost.
You seem lost, Bev, because a simple demonstration
We're talking
like
about a water level. Like, listen to yourself.
Well, I'm not at the moment. A simple demonstration like reciprocal zenith angles seems to trigger the hell out of you, Bev. You can't explain why reciprocal zenith angles.
Why are you talking about an auto level? What the fuck are you doing?
Well, we can do it with theodolites then. What about theodolites,
You've
Bev?
just swapped it again. You're all over the place.
Yeah. I'm not all over the place.
Started off with a water level, a water level, and a canal, and now you've gone to an auto level, and now you're on theodolites measuring angles.
Bev, you're
just talking about a horizontal.
Bev, you're continually over talking me and butting in. Why?
Because you're talking shit.
No, you're talking shit, Bev. I could use the same excuse for you. You're just not polite, Bev.
Just tell everybody about your process of how you can tell that you have falsified horizontals being parallel.
Okay, because what I can do is I can set up a water level and I can put a theodolite at each end of the water level, and I can establish my horizontals at each end of the water level using a theodolite, and then I can line up the theodolite and look through them and find out that the theodolites, if the horizontals were parallel to each other at each end, then the theodolites should be looking directly at each other. But they don't. They look above each other, Bev. Why do they look above each other, Bev? Because if they were establishing a horizontal that was parallel to each other at each end, they would not look above each other, Bev. But they do. So the water level does not establish a horizontal between the two ends of the water level all the way along that distance between the two ends. Because if I put a theodolite at each end, they don't look at each other, Bev. Why?
I'm going to have to go at drawing this for you. That's critical think, right?
No, wrong.
It's not critical think.
It's not critical think.
Dude, sorry, you don't half sound like critical think.
Well, I couldn't give a fuck.
So, cursed. Sorry. I'm just going to draw this. You carry on for a minute. I'll try and do my best representation of what
the thing you could try and do your best maybe would be to explain why, when we put a theodolite at each end of a water level, that they don't look at each other, Bev. They don't establish the same horizontal. Why?
My understanding of a water level, it just creates an equal altitude positioning on a surface. That's what I've used them for.
Yeah, it creates a level surface, not a horizontal surface.
Because level and horizontal aren't the same thing. And in 35 years, I've never seen anyone use a water level on a building site. I think if anybody tried that, they'd just get laughed at.
Well, I've used them for what I do here. I used them for roller doors, concreting.
Yeah, but I mean,
like
these days now on building sites, if you're doing anything sort of small scale, and particularly indoors, they just use a laser. I mean, the ceiling boys use that for putting the ceiling. You know, where's the grid going to go? And you just put a laser up, and there's your line all the way around the inside of a room. Boom. I mean, and outside, you're using auto levels, theodolites, GPS. That's getting more and more common these days.
Yeah,
over the distance on a typical building site, a water level being like a horizontal and a level surface, the difference would be very, very small anyway. I mean, it'd be a fraction of a millimetre over a very small building site. Even a building site that was like 50 metres, it wouldn't be very significant. The difference between level and horizontal would be not very much. But when you start getting into large distances, it does matter.
I've never.
Can you see what I've got set up there? Can you see my camera?
Yes.
Yes.
Can I make you bigger? Let's see if I can make you
Double click
somehow.
on it. Yeah.
Double click.
Yep. Well, click on him.
And
We'll make him bigger.
hide member.
Yeah.
Right.
And hide.
See the water level? You okay with that? As a water level from A to B, and we just fill it up with water. That was what you said. Yeah? Kirst? Can you see it? I've done this for you, so mainly.
Yeah, I'm seeing. I'm watching.
Okay. You've got a water level, A to B. Yeah, and we just fill it up with water, and it goes static, and it equalizes out. Now, this point here is neither higher nor lower than this point. Right? And we know that because there would be water flow if there's any difference in elevation from this side to this side, right?
That's not establishing a horizontal.
That's a water level. That's exactly what a water level does, right? No slope.
It establishes equal elevation points.
Yeah, there's no slope to the line between here and here. It doesn't go that way, it doesn't go that way, it doesn't come towards you, it doesn't do anything like that. The plane that will be established by this water level is, I'd say, a horizontal plane. But I mean, let's go with just, we have a water level. This is what you said. And we've fitted a level at each end of it, right? So at each end of this water level, we now have a level, like you said. This is your demonstration of what you were talking about. Now, do you want to put a distance in between this A and B? Because we are doing it just geometrically.
Let's go about a quarter of a mile.
Quarter of a mile. Okay, okay. Now, and you can make it a mile or a quarter of a mile. 400 meters, 600 meters. Something like that, right? So a manageable amount, right? Now, what was it you were saying about this level here? What would that do? Because I'd say that this water level establishes the level. But you've put these
Where does it
levels
it
here.
establishes that? Of course, a water level establishes a level, Bev.
Okay.
That's what a water level does. It establishes points of equal elevation.
Okay, right. Now, what happens? What sort of level will this level produce?
Do you mean by the word level? You're using the word level in different contexts there.
This is a water level, and this is an auto level, and this is an auto level, right?
What does an auto level do, Bev?
It produces a horizontal plane of reference.
What does a water level do?
Produces a horizontal plane of reference.
No, a water level produces points of equal elevation.
Okay, then well, tell us what'll happen
produce
then.
a plane of horizontal reference.
What will happen in your imagination at the level at here at A? What will that line look like?
Above the point of equal elevation at the other end of the water level.
What? Up here?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's say up here somewhere. Now, what about this level?
It will establish a horizontal which will point above the water level at the other end. Yeah.
Up here. Right. So according to you, right, this tool that it is establishing a level with zero slope. Right?
No, it's not. No, we use our words correctly, Bev. It doesn't establish a level. It establishes a horizontal.
Okay. Now, as everybody knows, a horizontal has zero slope. But you seem to have it pointing upwards, which definitely has a slope to it, right? Because
a horizontal doesn't have zero slope. A horizontal is perpendicular to vertical at a particular point. That's all it is.
That is a straight line that goes all the way from this horizontal to this horizontal through the water level. But that would be the horizontal that would be established by each of the Auto levels, right?
No. The ends of the water level do not establish a horizontal BEV. They establish points of equal elevation. That's where you're going wrong.
You want to put a tilt to the horizontals established here and here. You want to slope it.
That's because we can demonstrate that those horizontals
can't demonstrate a
parallel.
horizontal sloping because it's not a horizontal if it's got a slope on
I wouldn't use the word sloping, Bev, because the ground between them isn't flat. So why would I use the word slope?
It's an equal altitude. It's in the air.
Yeah, that's right. It's an equal altitude above a curved surface, Bev.
No.
Yes.
Where's the curve?
The curve is there, Bev.
Where?
It's just not very evident.
Not in the horizontal.
It's there, Bev. That's why the auto levels point above each other, Bev.
They don't point above each other.
They do, though, Bev.
The horizontals do not slope.
Do, Bev. Horizontals point above each other at distance. They do, Bev.
It's been measured.
That's what reciprocal zenith angles show, Bev. That the horizontals do, in fact, point above each other.
No, horizontals do not slope. They are all
I agree. They don't slope, but they point above. I agree. They don't slope, but they point above each other.
There's no slope or intersection between the horizontals established at either end.
Then why is the height of the horizontal plane established at one order level higher in elevation at the other order level?
Which has been documented in...
That's the reality, not a...
Yeah, the reality is, Bev, that the point on the horizontal plane established by the left auto level...
That one.
Right? Yeah, right. So now we go to the horizontal plane. We extend that horizontal plane out, and we find that the elevation of that horizontal plane above the second order level is actually higher.
Like this.
Exactly.
Yep.
Because that's a straight line.
Exactly.
That's the reality. That's what's actually measured.
Straight line from that auto level into space.
The verticals aren't parallel, so the horizontals can't be either.
Yeah.
And let me just check. Something like
you start
this.
with a vertical, don't you? You don't start with a horizontal.
Something like that.
But don't forget this.
That's right.
It's over distance.
That's right.
That's what
That's
happens
right.
in reality.
And that also...
I don't think so.
That's also...
This one is not horizontal, and this one is not horizontal.
They're horizontal. They are horizontal there. They are horizontal at the points of... They are horizontal at the points of the water level.
That's not a horizontal.
The horizontal that you're doing by putting the line through each end of the water level is only a horizontal to the surface of the Earth in between, right in the middle of the 2 points of the water level. That's where the horizontal is parallel.
This is actually measured. This is not...
What's been measured?
It's an unavoidable and measured truth, Bev. Whether you want to like it or not, I don't care.
Nobody
I'll just put them in the chat.
has ever measured a sloping horizontal.
Nobody said it is sloping, Bev.
Well, those are. They're visually sloping. Yes.
Listen,
they're
Bev.
visually
Those
not
horizontals are perpendicular to vertical at one point and one point only. They can't be perpendicular to anything other than one single plumb line.
Yeah. All perpendiculars to a plane will be parallel.
That's bullshit.
Yeah, except here, Bev, we have two separate planes being defined.
You can't have proved it's wrong. That's ridiculous.
Yes, I have. Yes, we have, Bev.
All perpendiculars to a plane will be parallel.
Bullshit, Bev.
Bev, that's right. But here we've established two different
don't tell
planes.
Blue he's wrong. You're not
Bev,
allowed to do that.
Bev,
Blue marble
Bev,
science.
Bev,
Don't tell him he's
Can
wrong.
you stop a moment so I can actually finish what I'm saying?
Just let
here,
Blue hear that again. Go on.
Bev,
Tell Blue
Bev,
again.
here we, Bev, you might not like what I'm about to say, and that's why I suspect you keep interrupting. It's because here we've actually established two different planes.
No, there's only one horizontal plane established between A and B.
No, there's not.
No.
There's a horizontal plane established at A, and there's a horizontal plane established at B.
Yeah, I'm sorry for you. I feel sorry for you.
No, Bev, that's where the horizontal plane has been established. That's what the auto level does. The auto level only establishes a horizontal plane for the location where it is, Bev.
I hope you're enjoying yourself on Christmas. We have been doing extensive testing on this sort of stuff.
As soon as I shift that auto level, Bev, I establish a different horizontal.
Horizontals don't slope.
No,
they don't. But they're different at different locations, Bev.
They don't intersect either.
Yes, they do.
That's the trouble.
No, they don't, though.
They do, though, Bev, as measured. In reality, they do, Bev.
No, they don't. Horizontals
they do.
are
Because
perpendicular to vertical.
What you're actually doing now, Bev, is denying real-world measurements.
My understanding is that horizontal and vertical are perpendicular. Everybody knows within mathematics.
Everybody knows also that the horizontal and the vertical are perpendicular, but only at one particular point, Bev.
Now, all perpendiculars to a plane will be parallel.
But at location B, we've got a different horizontal plane. It's not the same horizontal plane as we have at point A.
Sorry, Terry, what were you saying?
I'm stopping this. Okay. I've been trying to talk for the last half hour, and everyone keeps talking over me.
He does get excited. Go ahead, Terry. I know you didn't want to have any arguments or to get it heated.
Not got heated.
Well, people's testosterone and ego in the way of a good conversation.
Yes, cursed.
Yeah, I mean, the horizontal plane established at point A is completely different than the horizontal plane established at point B.
Okay.
Can you let Terry talk?
I know. I just don't think some people have self-awareness. That's a very bad attribute to have.
I apologise, Terry, for bringing a picture into it to try and demonstrate. A bit too much.
Pictures are fine. I don't mind diagrams and drawing and things like that. What distance of reciprocal angles of theodolites have you done at all, Bev?
I haven't. I believe it's ridiculous to measure such a small angle over such a large distance, especially vertical angles. I don't believe it's actually done by anybody other than a few people who pretend that they're doing it for some purpose. I mean, I can't even imagine what the surveying process would be for you to need to be able to do it. What can you imagine that? Like, what is the surveying process that it would require you to do that?
Long distances, basically.
Well, you set up one auto level at one particular site, and then you can get a marker at the other end, and then you get your other theodolite at the other end, and do a reciprocal angle back to the other point where the other theodolite was.
Not with an auto level. You get in your auto
or whatever.
Angle measuring devices.
They both have crosshairs on it.
Yeah, you don't measure vertical angles with an auto level, though. It just doesn't do that. It's not a
No,
tool
but aren't
for
they
measuring
vertical?
vertical
They're vertical
angles.
to their. Aren't they vertical to with the plane that they're standing on?
You measure a vertical distance from the horizontal plane
No,
that
but
you establish.
aren't the other lights or total stations or whatever they are? Aren't they vertical at the point of where they're established? Aren't they set up that way?
They set it up on a horizontal, right? The device is established on a horizontal. You call it. I think everybody calls it the azimuthal plane. That's what they orientate everything to. Or all tools will be established and orientated to what you call the azimuthal plane, or I call a horizontal plane.
We set up to a vertical, not to a horizontal.
Yeah, that's what known as.
The azimuthal plane is horizontal, though, right?
There's no horizontal reference, only a vertical reference.
But the azimuthal plane is a horizontal plane, right? Orientated.
It is derived from the vertical.
But it is a horizontal plane, right? That all tools and instruments will be orientated to as step one of the procedure.
How are you getting horizontal?
It's the azimuthal plane that you establish.
No, how are you getting it? Not the title of it.
You establish it.
How? How do you establish it? How?
By establishing the level, the orientation that you're going to establish your tool to.
That's circular reasoning, Bev.
Who? You guys are doing the circular reasoning.
Oh, it's easy. You establish it by establishing it. That's your answer, Bev.
No, you guys are just saying you use a different straight line when they're all perpendicular to each other.
No.
But there is no difference.
No, there is, because we say that we establish a vertical.
The horizontal
we
plane.
say we establish a vertical first, and then we establish a horizontal from that vertical, Bev.
A water level doesn't work like that.
We don't use
water level. We don't use water level. Surveyors don't use them.
That's why we're talking about a water level.
No surveyor uses a water level, Bev.
Vertical.
You can definitely use a water level to calibrate your auto level.
You can definitely use a water level to find 2 points of equal elevation, and that's all you can do with it.
You can calibrate an auto level with it, can't you?
And so do you use that for measuring?
Of course you can.
So,
because the water level is 2 points of reference. A theodolite or those things, they're just standing in one spot.
Yeah, but you have a foresight and a backsight. That's 3 points, isn't it?
And how many points? How many points does the water level have?
No, it's not actually 3 points.
Yes, it is. It's the device in the center, and then a foresight, 1 point, and then a backsight, another point. Both of them are distant.
You've only established your
center. 3 points.
But you've only established your horizontal at the position that your auto level or theodolite is at.
3 coplanar points.
Those are not coplanar.
Yes, they are.
With an auto level? No, sir, they are not.
Of course they are.
No, bullshit, Bill. That's why you do a foresight and a backsight.
The center and the foresight and the backsight, they are all coplanar.
They are not coplanar. The point in the center is not coplanar with the 2 points you're looking at on your measuring rods.
They should be, Blue.
No, they're not. They will never be, and that's why you do a foresight and a backsight. If you had actually taken a course in surveying, you would know this, Bev.
I do know this, Blue, because I know the principles. Why is it not coplanar? Please explain how a device that establishes a horizontal plane of reference, how all of the points on that horizontal plane are not coplanar.
At the point of the auto level. That's all you're doing. And every inch you move away from that auto level, every inch you move away from it, level deviates from horizontal. At the rate of 8 inches per mile squared, I might add. That's provable. You showed it to us at Blackpool.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you showed that in the image.
Just saying, Blue, the auto level establishes a horizontal plane of reference. Every point that's taken
Yeah, I like that image from Blackpool. That's a good one, that one.
I probably posted it a minute ago.
So what? You're saying that the auto level doesn't establish a horizontal plane, and all of the points that you measure won't be on a plane. They won't be coplanar.
That's right.
That's fucking ridiculous, man.
That one at Blackpool, if you had another auto level at the same altitude as the one you had to start with at the other distance where the tower was.
I haven't got a clue how you guys think you can get away with this. How can an auto level not establish a horizontal plane of reference?
It does, but only at the point that the auto level is standing.
But you measure foresights and backsights.
And you do
They're
that because the
all on
Earth
the
is curving,
same
Bill.
horizontal plane.
No, you measure foresights and backsights to eliminate the curvature of the Earth. That's one of the reasons it's done. Laugh all you want to.
No, I'm just
You're just
laughing at
showing your
people in the
ignorance.
chat saying a load of stupid
I mean,
shit.
any surveying textbook will tell you what Blue has said is correct.
It's horizontal plane.
What are you looking at when you do the foresight and backsight?
You are referencing the land beneath to the horizontal plane that you've just established with the tool, the auto level. All points on that horizontal plane will have an equal elevation, an equal altitude.
No, they won't. Sorry, but they won't.
Wrong.
And you are measuring
You're just
the
sitting here lying
difference
to
of
the
the
audience,
land to that horizontal plane.
You're just sitting here lying to the audience.
Don't
Bev.
say that I'm
Does
lying,
not.
Blue.
Yes, you are lying, Bev. You know better than this. You've had this explained to you 50
this is
times.
turning into gaslighting right now.
Why does survey
very
books,
strange?
why does survey books
Let Terry have a say. Let Terry have a say. It's his show.
I know you keep steamrolling over me every time I go to talk in between.
Yeah.
It's very rude of everyone.
waiting for you to have your say, Terry?
I've been trying to. Just waiting for Bev to come back.
I'm back. Carry on.
He's back, Terry. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. What you're saying about the I'm not very good with the terminologies of certain things, but you said you turn the theodolite one way and then you turn it back the other way. You get
The auto level.
The auto level.
The auto level. Sorry.
Yeah.
You're saying that you can turn them around to do something.
Yeah, you have a foresight and a backside. You can turn it around 360 degrees. It does a full
And what are
turn.
you lining the crosshairs to?
No, you set the tool up, right? And then that establishes a horizontal plane. You then use the horizontal plane that you've established with the tool to reference the land to. You measure a vertical distance, a perpendicular to the horizontal plane. Yeah, at each end or wherever you sight. And then you can reference the relative elevations of the land relative to the horizontal plane that you've established with the tool, the auto level.
Yeah, but what are you seeing? You're seeing the crosshairs through the eyepiece.
You're seeing the measurement on the measuring rod. That's what you're reading, and you're writing that down. That then tells you how far away the land is underneath that horizontal plane that you've established with the tool.
I'm just trying to clarify. You're using the crosshairs that's in the eyesight.
You're using the horizontal plane that is established by the tool. Yes.
Then why do surveying books tell us, Bev, that we have to apply a correction of 0.024 times 1,000 feet squared? Why do surveying books tell us that we have to do that when we take height measurements over a certain distance?
You don't.
But surveying books tell us that we actually do that.
You measure the distance. You literally do that. You can see the number on the measuring rod. That's what you measure.
But I've seen this in surveying. Yeah, I've seen this in surveying books, and I've had certified surveyors actually say this as well. Why do they say that, Bev? They use it in reality, Bev.
They just measure the distance on the measuring rod, and then they know how far away the land is below that horizontal plane that they've established.
Yeah, but they also use a correction. Why do they use a correction?
I've never needed to use a correction. Why would you think that you need to...
Are you a certified surveyor, Bev?
Well, for measuring the height of the land away from a horizontal
Are you a
plane.
certified surveyor, Bev?
No, I'm not. Are you?
Okay, so I would take the word of a certified surveyor over you. No, but I would trust the word of a
certified surveyor here.
I would trust the word of a certified surveyor above you then, Bev. I would trust what a certified surveyor, because they've obviously done the study and know what they're talking about.
Studied about horizontals and levels.
And why is it that this correction is mentioned in almost every surveying book too, Bev? Why is it there if it's never used?
What correction?
The one
0.024
correction to a vertical distance measured.
The one that I said before, the 0.024 times 1,000 feet squared. Why is that correction in every surveying book, and why do certified surveyors use this correction?
I don't know. I'm just talking about
accurate heights when using survey.
Stop interrupting, Bev, or I'll mute you. Okay? Don't stop interrupting. Let people talk.
I mean, are all the surveying books wrong, Bev?
That you've done all this to know all that stuff that's written in books.
Yeah, I've got it there. Land surveying qualification, a grade A, strangely enough.
What technique did you use, Bev?
What? I don't know.
Don't know. You should still have it. Did you sell your textbook?
No.
Textbook.
Yeah.
Did you use a surveying textbook in your surveying course?
I can't remember. I can just remember I've got a certificate here. Do you want to see it? Look. Yeah.
No, your certificate means nothing.
I don't care about your certificate. Yeah. I'd rather know what book you actually used, Bev. I don't care about your certificate.
Certificate. There you go.
Yeah, what type of
surveying? There you go. Land surveying.
Yeah, I'd rather see. I'd rather see a copy of the textbook.
Have any of you guys got a land surveying certificate?
Whenever I've done
one of these. Anyone?
Whenever I've done a course at TAFE or technical.
Do any of you have this?
Anyone get that
have
from?
a certificate?
You always get a textbooks that you get to keep from doing those courses.
Just because you did an element of land surveying in the course that you did overall doesn't mean you're a qualified land surveyor. Have you practiced as?
No, I've just done land surveying. I've got an auto level, yeah.
Have you actually worked as a land surveyor? In other words, have you done contracts as a land surveyor?
No.
Well, there you go. Then you're not. Then are you?
I've never claimed to be a land surveyor.
That's right then.
Just said I've got a certificate. Is there something wrong with that? Are you upset?
I'm just no, I'm not.
Don't worry about it. No, has anybody else got? Has anyone else got a certificate to show that they've done land surveying?
I've got certificates.
Go on then.
I've got certificates.
Let's have a look. Let's see it.
No, I'm not showing you mine because I'm not.
I've got certificates that I did automatic.
Let's see your land surveying certificates. Everybody get out your land surveying certificates.
But that doesn't qualify you to actually make a judgment or be an expert in anybody else.
I'm not an expert, and I've never said that. I have said though that I do have a certificate. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Why are you getting upset, Bev?
I'm not getting upset.
Yeah, we know you're not an expert. Bev, we know you're not an expert, and that's why we'd rather listen to the people.
I'm not the one that's saying there's a correction to a horizontal.
And that's why we'd rather actually listen to the people who are experts.
Or is the correction to the vertical?
Who have done extensive study in this. You know? That's why we'd rather listen to them. And they disagree with you, Bev.
So your correction that you said is in these books, I've never seen it.
Yeah.
Is that a correction to the horizontal or a correction to the vertical?
Vertical.
It's a correction for elevations that you have to make.
A vertical measurement, then?
Yes.
Over a distance. So if you've never measured...
Over what distance?
If you've never measured more than 50 metres, no, you probably wouldn't have ever applied that, mate.
Well, we have. We've got a realising Euclid test. It's 600 metres.
And have you done your bubble test with that? Your water level test with that?
Yes. The entire thing is realising Euclid. It's based upon water levels.
Yeah. So have you tested what we've shown on your board there to see that the two things spot to the same location?
Yeah, there's no slope to the water level. That's what we proved. All points. One part of a straight line cannot be in a plane.
Did you
and
set up
another part without it? That's what we did.
Sorry, Bev. Did you set up as per the things on the board there in front of us?
No.
No. So you haven't.
The realising Euclid test.
So you haven't done.
Yeah, nobody in their right mind would ever cite an auto level with an auto level. That's
they
something
do it with theodolite.
Fictional.
No, but they do it with theodolite and get the same result.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do, Bev.
Well, I mean, certain people, YouTube characters do it.
No,
but they don't. In reality, they don't actually do it.
They do. Like
real surveyors don't actually do it.
They do actually, Bev. They do actually, Bev. And Blue's presented such data to you from Noah as well. I know he has.
Yes.
And what's the procedure called?
But traversing.
And what's it used for?
Well,
measuring differentials in elevation. Is that if you're talking about reciprocal zenith angles? That's how they get differentials in elevation, Bev.
Differential leveling. Differential leveling doesn't require.
No, Bev, that's not. You only know a tiny little thing. You know one little fact, and you know it about an auto level. You have no idea what a theodolite actually does.
Talking about a horizontal.
Stop talking over me. I'm answering your question. In geodetic surveying, they use reciprocal zenith angles to determine elevation differences between two positions. And every time I've shown you information, data, taken all the way back from the mid-1800s up through the 1970s, and again by Larry and Jesse up in Maryland. And every time those zenith angle measurements are made, there's an excess in over 180 degrees between when you add those two zenith angle measurements together. That can only happen if the verticals are not parallel with each other. There's no other condition that would be true for.
But horizontal and vertical are perpendicular.
At a point. 1 point only.
But if you have a horizontal from A to B, right, then the perpendiculars at each end of that horizontal will be vertical. We don't
have a horizontal from A to B, Bev. We have a horizontal at A and we have a horizontal at B, but we don't have a horizontal from A to B.
So can you establish a horizontal from A to B?
Yep.
No.
Well, you can.
No.
Wait. No.
Come on, guys.
It's only a horizontal. It's only a horizontal in between those two.
Yes.
Make your mind up.
In the middle.
Yes.
At the center point, it would be a horizontal. Yes. It would be what you call a horizontal.
Yes.
Could you make a straight line from A to B and make that line horizontal?
If you
define horizontal, Bev.
Sorry, guys.
A straight line or plane.
You got a straight line
with zero slope.
Define horizontal, Bev.
What
are you calling horizontal?
All right, are you going to let me go?
Perpendicular to vertical.
Do you want me to define it, or are you going to keep talking?
Can you do that? Do you think
you can? Are you going to shut up?
No, I'm not necessarily going to shut up. You don't. Why should I?
Mm-hmm. So you're asking me to define it?
Yeah, do it. Go.
Okay. A horizontal line or plane exists with zero slope. In reality, it is measurable and defined by a tool called a level. That's what horizontal is. Now, the entirety of the horizontal plane will be classed as horizontal with zero slope.
Zero slope with reference to what?
The plane, with no
Which
part
plane?
being
Which
higher
plane?
nor
Which plane?
lower. Fucking hell. The horizontal plane.
Saying the horizontal is not sloping to the horizontal. That's circular reasoning, Bev.
I don't think so. I just got asked to define a horizontal plane, and you interrupted me.
And you said
because
that
you got too triggered.
You said a horizontal was something that wasn't sloping, but sloping with reference to what, Bev?
With the horizontal plane, there is no slope to a horizontal plane. Is that not clear enough? Is anybody else having a problem with that?
It's clear that that's circular reasoning, Bev, because you're saying that the horizontal is not sloping to itself.
Yes, at no point is neither higher nor lower than any other point within the plane. It's a very geometric, mathematical statement. Surely you've seen it. You know the concept of it. You reference things towards it within a mathematical setting. Everybody knows what a horizontal is. They're all parallel. You've seen them in mathematical graphs.
But in reality, they're not.
But they are within mathematics, right? They are perpendicular. They are parallel. All horizontals within mathematics are parallel.
But in real surveying, they're not, though, Bev.
We're not talking about mathematics, Bev. We're talking about the real world here.
Yes,
we're
we are talking about mathematics.
We're talking about the Earth. We're talking about making measurements. And in reality, horizontals are not parallel. Horizontals are only horizontal at one point. That is the point where they are perpendicular to a gravity vector. That only occurs at one point. Any other point along that line that you call horizontal is not going to be perpendicular to gravity.
Delusional.
No, I'm not delusional, Bev.
Yeah, you are.
You just don't know what the hell you're talking about.
obsessed.
You're just sitting there lying to people.
I'm not lying to anybody. Horizontal and vertical are perpendicular. And an auto level is a tool for establishing a horizontal plane of reference, as is a water level. Don't get upset about it. It's just
want to take
reality.
on Davis Foote and Kelly? This is one of the best surveying books ever written. You want to take them on? Want me to show it to you? I can do that.
Mm-hmm. Does it say that horizontal and vertical aren't perpendicular?
You bet your ass.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Have a look at it. That's where the information comes from, Bev. Out of textbooks like this written by professional surveyors. People that know what they're talking about, not like you.
You have uncovered a massive conspiracy here, guys.
No, that's what
we've just exposed one dude on the internet that doesn't know what he's talking about.
Intergalactic proportions.
Yeah. I'm not a surveyor, but I did work for a surveying company for 8 years, and that was definitely how we did it.
What you prove that vertical and horizontal aren't perpendicular.
Well, that's when we're doing long distance traversing, we have to check the angles all the time, and when you do long enough distance, that becomes reality.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't set up, and just to clarify a point you said earlier, you set up an auto level, as you call it, to a horizontal plane. You don't. You set up an auto level on a vertical, and that establishes that horizontal plane to that vertical. So I'm sure you've set up an auto level, right? Or you've really seen it. But you don't just hang the auto level in the air and then stick the tripod to it. You get your plumb up first, don't you? That's the first thing you do.
No.
You don't set it up plumb.
You don't set the plumb up, no.
Then how do you establish it?
I've never done that. Well, you start off by doing a 2-peg test to make
No,
sure
you
it's
don't.
within
How do you physically set up the auto level in the first place? Before you do the two
How do you do the auto levels?
peg test, how do you physically set it up?
You can wait and see when we do the videos of how we do it.
So-
And we've already taken people through these processes.
I don't mind if you don't know. That's fine. Just say
So
I don't know.
it's
But
so
if
bad that you're so far behind. But we've actually
How you do it without even knowing?
goes
I thought
and
that's
how
a-
it
that's
gets
a-
done.
That's a
Of the
really
multiple times we've been out there to do this.
That's a really simple thing for someone who's used an auto level to know. So you're saying you don't know how to do it, or you just don't want to tell me?
No, we do.
Maybe use one.
go
No,
out
I'm asking
and
about you
show
personally.
people
Do you know
this
how to do it
thing.
or not?
We've already done it.
So I'm asking
Timbo,
you
is that
personally, do you know how to set up an auto level or not? I don't mind if you don't.
Yes.
But you don't. You do. So
Obviously, yes.
so the first thing you do is put the tripod down, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah, you drive to the position that you're going to go to first.
Fine. Yes.
Right.
And then
Yeah.
keep going.
And then you set the auto level up, right?
No. How do you set the auto level up? That's the bit I want to know.
You screw it onto the base.
Yeah. And then screw
Right.
that onto.
Yeah.
And you screw that onto.
And-
Sorry, I'm waiting for you. What do you screw that onto?
Then you set the auto level up.
No, you don't. You're missing a few steps
Yeah.
there, mate. That's okay. If you don't know, I don't mind.
that's the bit that we want you to expand on, Viv.
Hell, you guys are geniuses.
Because
well, like I said, you can wait and see the video that we're going to be doing
sure.
when we go out there
I'm
to do
surprised
this.
you haven't done it already. You've been talking about it for a few years. Anyway, that's fine. All I'm
We have
pointing
done
out
it.
is all I'm pointing
Say,
out
yes,
is
we have definitely done it
Yeah,
already.
I believe you. I'll wait to see
Yeah.
it. That's all. That's fine.
Yeah.
I'll tell you how I set up.
Jolly good.
I'll tell you how I set up an auto level. Right. I also did a surveying certificate too, by the way. So yeah, I've been there.
Oh, so you've got a certificate, have you? A land surveying certificate.
Mine was in spatial data information, but surveying was one of the subjects.
Yeah. Well, that's why my ones just says land surveying.
just
like
one
it's
subject,
a standalone qualification. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't find that when I
Just for
tried to find
land
it, so
surveying.
I couldn't find one like that, but anyway, okay. Let's assume that's right.
I know, it's unique. That's why I'm so proud of it. Nobody else. I know that nobody else actually has a land surveying certificate within this genre. I find it amazing. Don't worry about it.
So when you did land surveying, they would have got you to set up and do a level traverse, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, so obviously must.
Yeah, we had to plot it. We had to draw it. We had to
you had to
map it all out.
You had to physically do it though first, obviously.
Yeah, we had to measure it and plot it. Yeah, we had to do the whole thing.
Yeah, with setting up your level and
like
getting your
cartography and mapping it out and transposing it onto a.
With the
did
auto
all
level,
of that.
With the auto level, you had to do a physical traverse, didn't you?
Yeah. Using horizontal planes.
Yeah, which you established by getting the perpendicular.
Parallel horizontal planes.
Which you established by getting the perpendicular at the point that you're at, right?
We had to make sure that all of the horizontal planes that we were using would be parallel to each other, otherwise we would get false readings.
That's
so
not what you're telling
when we
me.
set it up, we made sure that set it up every time to make sure
That's
that the
not what-
horizontal planes are
You're telling
constantly
me your teacher told you to set up a horizontal plane. He didn't tell you to make sure that you had it your level perpendicular to your plumb, Bob?
Of course, everybody knows that level and horizontal, level and plumb are
Vertical and-
perpendicular to each other, aren't they? Everybody knows
Yeah,
that.
so you set up the plumb first, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
But you
and then
just said earlier, your guy said that they've proved that they're not perpendicular, or vertical and horizontal aren't perpendicular.
What did they say?
That's not what
tell
was
me.
said.
That's what you said, Blue.
No, tell me what Blue said.
That
Sorry,
is not what we said.
What did he say exactly? Because I believe you. I just want to make sure you've understood what they actually said, because that's not what they said. What did you say they said?
I said that vertical and horizontal are perpendicular, and Blue said they aren't.
He said at that
Only
they are
at one
that
point.
That's what he said. Don't misrepresent him. You don't like to be misrepresented. That's what he said. They are
Well,
perpendicular.
perpendicular is two straight lines.
No.
Don't gish gallop either, Bev.
No,
That's not gish gallop. That's a mathematical fact.
Perpendicular is one line.
Perpendicular is two straight lines.
You're going to go run and hide in some corner now.
And what's that? And let's say it is. But so what? It's 90 degrees at between two lines. So. And
how long's the vertical?
Infinite.
Okay. How long's the horizontal?
Infinite.
Okay. So perpendicular to the horizontal and perpendicular to the vertical at any point along its infinite length will have a perpendicular.
Yeah. At the reference,
make
to the reference
grid
to the
system
reference,
like everybody knows within
mathematics.
mathematics.
To the reference point, they will. Yes.
So everybody knows the understanding that all horizontals are parallel within mathematics.
That is not everybody's understanding, but okay, that's your understanding.
Okay. So you don't have an understanding within mathematics that all horizontals are parallel?
No, that's not how we do it.
Okay.
Because
that is definitely different than me. I have an understanding that all horizontals are parallel.
Sorry, Bev. Because I come from a surveying background, I don't have that. That's how I started in my design process. I was worked for a surveyor for 8 years. So no, I don't have that. We never assumed that.
All elevation profiles have a horizontal baseline, don't they? With all points of equal elevation being shown on a horizontal.
No, they don't have a horizontal baseline.
Bev, I draw profiles all the time. They have elevations referenced to a datum.
Which is horizontal in every...
No, which is level.
It's horizontal.
In my case...
No, it's not horizontal, it's level.
In my case, it's AHD, Australian Height Datum, and that's got a spherical base. So no, that's not true.
Have you got any elevation profiles where that shows to be true? Because...
What? That an elevation profile, which is just going to show the height difference, is going to... Of course they're going to be in a straight line. That's how we do it. That's why we have a difference between a section and an elevation.
So they are horizontal then? That's good.
No,
they're drawn horizontal in the plan. Is that what you're saying? Just because they're drawn horizontal plan, that means what they are?
They are. Yeah, they are drawn horizontally on the plans.
Well,
yes.
they're drawn vertically, actually. They're drawn vertically, but the datum line is drawn horizontal. Yes.
Okay.
So if I actually drew it to match the curve,
what's the disagreement then?
If I actually drew it to match the curve, do you know what? Bev, it would be horizontal as well.
What?
If I drew the horizontal datum line to match the curve of the Earth, do you know it would be horizontal as well at the scales that we're working on?
But it's horizontal. It's a straight line.
Well, it could be a curve.
You're not suggesting that it does actually curve, because horizontals definitely do not curve.
How many times do we need to tell you this? Those elevation profiles are drawn that way as a convenience. It doesn't matter what the shape of the datum is. The datum could be a sine wave for that matter. You're only measuring a difference above the datum. That's all the thing is showing you.
You know, I've drawn elevation profiles of subterranean elements like different materials underneath it, and we actually do that reference to the surface of the Earth, as in like the actual topography.
To the horizontal plane?
No, to the topography.
No.
So if you're going up a hill, and the depth of the material underneath,
the elevation changes.
No, the change from the surface, the actual physical ground surface, to the material underneath. If that was all the same, even though it's going uphill, that would show as a straight line on those profiles, because the elevation is the same difference all the way through. So when
if the elevation changes, you can measure it vertically.
So you can have a datum that is all over the place if you want. So
but you can measure an elevation change through a vertical measurement.
Yes.
Yeah, it's called the vertical datum. That's because any elevation changes will be measured on the vertical.
Yeah, but what if your datum is the surface of the Earth, like the physical topography of the Earth?
The datum is normally a mean a mathematical
Yeah,
mean.
what if it's not? As I said, I gave you an example where we're doing the depth of materials underneath.
I only deal with the UK, and
they
we
do
have
that in the
all
UK
points
too, mate.
referenced.
I worked for a UK company.
It's all right.
I worked for
don't
a
worry
UK.
about it. Yeah, yeah.
I worked for a UK company for a while. They do it in the UK as well, mate.
mean sea level established at Newbie.
No, elevation.
It's a
they
mean.
Have datums. They establish a datum. And
mean.
Then you draw your profile relative to the datum.
Even when we were talking to the guy at Bedford level, the guy that controls the locks, he references the levels of Bedford to that mean. That's what he said. Now, I don't know whether you're talking about a different thing, but that's not what we do. In all of the elevation markers and everything across the entirety of the UK, they are all measured and referenced to that one mean.
The reference
That's
to it's reference to the datum, I believe. Is that correct?
Yeah, Newlyn. Sorry,
the datum.
Newlyn. Yes, the mean. Yes, it's the vertical mean.
And you've read the definition for that datum?
It's a mean.
No.
I understand the mathematical mean. Yes.
You obviously don't understand the datum, though. Anyway.
All points are referenced to that.
The datum.
Are all points in the datum coplanar, Bev?
Good point.
All the points on the mean?
No, the datum.
They coplanar.
If they are all at an equal elevation, yes, they will be coplanar. Yes.
No, they're not, though.
They're not.
They are.
They're measurably not, Bev.
Talk to your own surveying. What's the British one? Sorry, I can't remember the name of the British one.
Ordnance Survey.
Ordnance Survey. Talk to them. See if they agree with you.
There you go.
Anyway, moving on
from
that.
The UK National Tide Gauge Network, Newlyn Tidal Observatory.
Can I ask
the Tidal Observatory was established to determine the mean sea level, that is the starting point for levelling in the UK.
So
this brass bolt is the benchmark for the whole of the United Kingdom. That is,
quite aware.
All heights are referenced to this point.
Yes, and
that's what I go with.
No, the datum is referenced.
And it's not a flat plane, Bev. It's not a flat plane.
Now
they're all referenced to that point.
No, the reference to the
and
datum.
They are referenced on a vertical scale, a vertical datum. Measured vertically.
Yeah, you got it. A datum. Yes, they are referenced to the datum. Now, moving on from
that datum isn't a flat plane, Bev.
Yeah,
it's that point.
We're going around in circles.
Do you want me to read it again?
I know more about it than you. Let's leave that because
you're not going to change. The point of the brass bolt.
You can research it. You're wrong, but that's okay. You said also that in locks and water levels, you know that there's a height difference between the Atlantic and the Pacific Ocean, right? How do you explain that?
Within the canal.
Yeah, from one end to the other. There's 14 centimeters.
In between locks.
No, from one end to the other end. There's 14 centimeters. At the Panama Canal, I'm talking about, by the way. Average is between 14 and 17 centimeters. How does that work if all water finds its own level?
The Panama Canal has a difference.
Yeah, look it up. Just type, what's the difference between the Atlantic and the Pacific Ocean level?
Is there a difference between the, what's the other one?
Well, you have to tell me. You have to tell me. Sorry,
the Suez.
Few oceans. The Suez, probably, but I can't name that one off the top of my head. I'd have to look.
Because that doesn't have any locks, does it?
Let's have a level.
I know the Panama Canal does actually have locks, so that would indicate a level change. Definitely.
Yeah, and as I said,
the reason why it doesn't have locks is it's going from one ocean to another ocean. whereas you got a canal, standard canal, which is a freshwater canal. It's quite often they will
It has
change
the elevation change.
their
It has
elevation change.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
why
they
it's
have
got
elevation
locked.
changes.
Yeah, to go up the hill and back down.
So,
Yeah.
to go from one ocean to another, you don't need an elevation change, do you?
Well, you do for the
Hence,
Panama.
that's why it got locked.
Yeah. You do for the Panama because
Well,
you've got to go up and down.
Yeah, well, that's because that's got an elevation change. Yeah.
Yeah, Panama's got a bloody great range of mountains running down the middle of it. So
Exactly,
You kind of got to get up over the top of them.
Yeah, exactly.
Whereas the ground between the two ends of the Suez Canal is basically not much more than sea level. It's about as flat as it is round here.
Yeah, apparently the Suez has a difference. Someone here said 40 they've measured 47 centimeters, but apparently the average is around 10 to 5 centimeters. Depends where you're measuring it.
The average difference.
Yes.
Between the water.
You can look that up. I'll let you guys explore that one. I've hit that one on you without you having seen it before, but you can investigate.
Yeah, it sounds impossible, but
well, you can investigate it yourself. So
I guess the science of the not that would definitely be able to do that sort of stuff.
Yeah. Well, anyway, you guys can look into that. Terry, sorry, I hope I wasn't talking over you. Do you want to go on?
No, I wasn't talking.
No, I wonder if you wanted to go on with the show. Where do you want to be?
Yeah, I know we didn't get to
didn't get a
get into
quiz.
what we usually do.
Well,
we didn't get to play Lindsay either.
We didn't get to finish Lindsay. You're still going, but
yeah, Bevan like Lindsay.
I don't think even Bev agree with Lindsay.
You want to watch Bev?
Do you guys have when you think of horizontal, what do you sort of picture it as? Is there anything that conjures into mind?
It depends on what the reference point is. That's my first,
horizontal. Everybody knows what horizontal is.
Yeah, that's my first thing is what's horizontal to? You asked me, and that's my answer.
Yeah, that sounds strange to me when.
So
because if somebody says picture vertical, what would that be? Would you be able to have something that comes to mind to conjure up a mental image of vertical?
It's usually a plumb bob for me, on a string.
Okay, so there is a plumb bob, right? Whenever you consider vertical, but when somebody says, "Have a look at what do you imagine as horizontal?" You say, "What you need something to reference it to. You needed nothing for vertical."
Well,
that's wrong.
That's not right. But anyway,
we've got gravity. That's what we reference vertical to, Bill.
Yeah.
Okay.
What
a
goes
plumb
down?
bob.
Yeah, what goes down? And to me, the gravity makes the plumb bob go down.
Vertical.
Yeah.
That's the one and only thing we got.
Okay.
Vertical.
So that is a straight line.
Yep.
Geometrically.
Yep. Infinitely.
Straight line in every sense of the word, Bev.
And a straight line is definitely Euclidean.
Well, what do you say?
In its foundations, that understanding of what a straight line is, with its fundamentals,
why is that important?
Euclidean geometry, right?
Why is it Euclidean important to you, Bev?
Because the understanding of the straight line is what governs our entire existence. But yeah,
distance between 2 points is a straight line.
People's understanding of a straight line is fundamental.
If you have to go back to the point of understanding what a straight line is, you are really, really way behind the curve.
And we do understand what a straight line is, at least mentally, right?
Every 8-year-old on this planet knows what it is.
Mm-hmm.
So
yes, and the fundamentals behind that, which govern geometry and mathematics, logical understanding.
It's not some great accomplishment, Bev, to understand that the shortest distance between 2 points is a straight line.
I know. And perpendicular is governed by the straight line. You can't have perpendicular without the straight line, which means that the straight line comes in tow with perpendicular. They
have
both
perpendicular
exist
to a curved
simultaneously
surface.
the moment you start with a straight line.
I can have perpendicular to a curved surface, Bev.
Yeah. Anyway, can I ask a question, Bev? When you think of a straight line, do you think of it as three-dimensional or one-dimensional or two-dimensional? Like, do you
The
see
concepts of it are geometric.
Do you see it as
so
a line drawn
all of the foundations of the geometric system apply to it? They all come together.
That wasn't what I asked. I asked how you envision it. You asked me how I envision things. I answered you. I'm asking you how you envision it. Do you see it as a line drawn on a piece of paper, for example, on top of a desktop, or do you see it as three-dimensional? Like, could be anywhere. This point XYZ to this point XYZ. I'm just curious.
Okay. For me, the straight line, the fundamentals of a straight line are governed mainly by the diameter. But that means that the diameter can transpose itself to the hypotenuse of a right-angled triangle. That governs straight. I know, I've probably lost you. I know.
What's
don't
diameter?
worry about it.
Where's diameter in any of this? Sorry. Isn't a straight line the distance between 2 points? Is that not what you believe? Or
isn't that not a circle?
A straight
is
line
that not a circle?
A straight line between 2 points. Straight line. The word straight line is a straight line, not the shortest distance between 2 points. Isn't that not how you guys
like a radius? A radius
no,
would definitely be a straight line, wouldn't it? And by that governing of that, you should know that a diameter is also a must-be straight line. There's no way a diameter could not be straight because of the fundamental understandings of how people understand a straight line. I
personally don't have a problem with it.
Good.
Or diameters, whether it be on a plane, a circle, or a sphere, or a straight line?
The diameters, yes, they're straight lines. They have to be. Otherwise, you lose the relationship of pi within your fundamental mathematical structure.
But I don't understand why, when I talked about a straight line, because funny enough, straight lines are outside of circles as well, why you had to bring diameter into it. I don't get that.
Because at least we can have a fundamental understanding that there is no other way with a diameter. The moment you talk about diameter, you're bringing in pi. And the understanding of that is absolutely mathematical.
Did I bring up?
Right, so we are all in the fundamental understanding of our mathematical knowing about what straight is. That's why I brought it up.
So, I understand what you've said through there, but you still see straight line as just the shortest distance between 2 points, right?
In reality,
yeah, that's fine.
It can be measured, can't it? To be so.
I don't see why you had to go through that whole other thing just to say that. That's just weird. Okay.
Just so you absolutely know, right? There can be no mistaking now what I consider a straight line to be, can there?
And because initially it was just I wanted to know whether you saw it as a planar, like on one plane, or whether you saw it as it could be three-dimensionally anywhere. That was all.
Yeah, like a diameter of a circle, it can be anywhere and it can be used in any orientation. It's a straight line. Everybody understands what a straight line is, and that they can put it anywhere in reality in any orientation for it to be a straight line.
Has anyone had a problem with it?
You guys are about to, yeah.
We're about to have a problem with what you just said.
Well, the very fact that I'm talking about this straight line being a straight line and Euclidean, you're going to have a problem with it because you've got a model.
Has anybody got a problem with it?
I don't think any of us have got a problem with it.
Good.
Anybody? There you go. So you made an incorrect assumption.
So you can orientate a straight line horizontally.
In reference to a particular point, yeah.
The entire line would then be a horizontal straight line.
Back to that
and you
point,
could make that horizontal into a circle, and make, say, that circle. You could orientate that circle horizontally. And then every point on that horizontally orientated circle, you could have a perpendicular to that horizontal plane surface. And every perpendicular to that horizontal plane will be parallel. That's a geometric fact.
Back to that reference point, yes. Yeah, back to that reference point, yes.
Would you say, Alan?
Looks like we have lost Terry again.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, the OBS crashed for some reason.
You're still there? I think it's still on my stream. I'll just check. Sorry, I haven't looked for a while. Hopefully there's no shenanigans going on over there. I've only got 4 viewers.
Just decided to...
I only got 4 viewers, sorry. Yes.
You've only got 4?
I'm only a very small player there, mate.
Okay.
I've only got like 35.
Yeah, we're only small channels. We're not worried about it that way.
I only run it as a backup in case Terry has an incident.
Well, lately it's been that way, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys are representing the Blue Marble Science?
No.
Or this? Is it spherical science?
This is Terry's channel.
Yeah.
This is my channel.
It's Sphere Science Saturday or something like that, was it?
This is my channel, Biv.
Yeah. I know, but I mean, this was broadcast as, is it Sphere Science?
Saturday.
Well, I just called that in the title.
Okay.
Sphere Saturday.
Is it like it's an ironic sort of thing that there isn't any spherical science? Because that's geometry, obviously.
Well, we live on the Earth, and the Earth is a spherical type shape. So, yeah.
Well, of course, there's spherical science, but
Okay.
you don't know enough to be talking about it.
Oh, you don't know the famous cry of the Blue Marble scientists.
That's right. Well, it's quite true too, actually.
One of the scientific methods, isn't it?
And in fact, well, I'm not even going to get into it because you will not understand it.
There you go. Again, well done.
Bev, we let Blue say whatever he wants. It's his problem, not ours. He can back himself up.
You ever heard of spherical pie, Biff?
It's different, right?
The value of pi on the surface of a sphere. If you draw a circle on the surface of a sphere, pi is not a constant anymore.
But pi is a constant.
Not spherical pi.
Well, I'd just like to point out again, in reality, pi is a constant.
In reality, spherical pi is not a constant.
Yeah.
Yeah. In reality, it is not. It varies between 2 and 3.14159, the one you know about.
But
the only
pi
one.
Cannot vary. That's the
Certainly
point.
It can on the surface of a sphere, buddy. It can. It does.
But pi doesn't vary, Blue.
Yes, it does. If it's
a really,
pi, Bill,
it's a really bad argument.
Your lack of education is not my problem. It's your problem. Go learn something.
Pi has a value. That's called pi. It doesn't change.
That is pi in planar geometry, Bev. When you
but
draw
it doesn't change. Pi's only pi.
Yes, it does, Bev. When you draw a circle on the surface of a sphere, you've got a pi number that is variable. It depends. It depends on how big the circle is. If the circle
isn't variable,
if the circle happens to be the diameter of the sphere, pi has a value of 2.000. If the circle is infinitely small on the surface of a sphere, it has a value of 3.14159. It varies by the sine of the fucking angle.
You unmuted again, Bev. You kept interrupting, so I muted you for a minute.
I told you wouldn't understand it.
There's more than one pi.
Yeah, there's lots of them.
I
Once
like-
the radius becomes on the surface of a sphere, there's a lot of different pies. Then I gave you the boundaries: 2.0 to 3.14.
I'm looking
Thank
for
God
mince,
there's more
upper and lower limit.
mince pies.
Thank God there's more than one pie. I'd hate to be limited to apple pie all the time.
Raspberry pie.
Hey, didn't-
The mince pie, which
Apple is my favourite.
since it's Christmas here, by the way, just say Merry Christmas to all you guys. So
Happy Christmas to all you types in upside down land.
Yeah, how do you put decorations on your Christmas tree when it's hanging upside down there?
Actually, you do know that I think you guys are the antipodes, right?
We use super glue.
So
well, somebody's upside down.
yeah.
Haven't they found us out there yet where we are?
Did
Doesn't
you
look
go?
like it.
Did you go back? And start
Yes.
again?
Yeah,
Start another
I've been
stream.
back up for the last 3 minutes.
Okay.
I was moving some scenes around and transitioning stuff ready to show, and next minute OBS crashed as well.
Did you? So was it just your OBS, not your computer this time?
No, just the OBS crashed.
Just your OBS. Oh well, that does happen. OBS does crash. I've done live stream. I've done live streams literally for days on end, and vMix has never crashed. But that could be to do with your computer as well. That could be a software thing, confliction of some sort going on.
Don't know. Well, it's an experiment anyway because we're not using Zoom at the moment, so
It lasted a good while though this time,
Yeah.
didn't it? Before it crashed.
They had a fair run on it.
before the OBS crashed anyway.
Yeah. Because you had 8 so people up in the Zoom before it fell over. So. Ooh, we've got a few more viewers. They've obviously come back over here.
You
they're
guys
not in the
down-
live chat.
can you-
Oh, here we go. We got one.
Yeah.
Oh, you're over on Jimbo's.
Yeah, well, they fall over onto mine so they can hear what's going on while in between. So.
Christmas special.
Well, I won't play around with the
Come over
seats,
to try thinking. We're having a party.
Yeah.
You blokes
we're
down.
going to.
Go on, Terry.
Can you blokes down?
We usually
down
watch
in
a few
Australia-
videos and do a bit of a quiz, just to see if anyone is clever enough to answer the questions.
Yeah. So was someone trying to
Some
say
of
something in the background about
Yeah,
us?
I think it was Joe. Joe's over in Discord.
Yeah, I was trying to see if you blokes down in Australia can send us some heat. It's 5 damn freedom unit degrees where I am right now. It's colder than hell.
Oh, that is cold.
It is cold.
Yeah, it's cold.
Well, I'm
You
in
feel your-
shorts and I'm in shorts at the moment and a t-shirt.
There's a guy.
I'm in shorts and a
Sorry, go ahead.
t-shirt and sweating. So there you go.
Long johns. I've got long underwear on and everything. I'm piss off. Thank you, Canada.
Can we get back to the
Throw another-
sphere science? Can we get some more of that?
Throw another log on the fire, Joe.
I think Terry was saying he was wanted to finish up on the rest of his show. Was that right, Terry? Is that what you said?
Yeah, that's what we were planning on doing.
Yeah.
Okie dokie. So you don't want us around here. You think we've sorted that out, farmer's boy?
Well,
Are you okay?
I just say something? I just think Paul Bevan is a lying, disingenuous cunt.
Here.
Wow, that's very
Yeah.
nice of you. Is that
Bev,
Alan?
Let's have an honest. Bev, let's have an honest answer out of you, right? Okay. What is the general shape of the Earth?
I don't know.
You don't know.
No, I do know that level is horizontal, and I do have a
No, it's
proof
not.
for that.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I do. Of course I do.
No, you don't. You don't.
And we have all sorts of
isn't.
proofs.
Another question for you as well.
Mhm.
Were you ever a flat earther, or did you ever believe the Earth was flat?
No, I have never believed that the Earth was flat. I've known that the Earth is definitely not flat.
So hang on, let me finish. But so why is it that there's been various tweets, as we saw in Res Rhetoric's show that you did with him, and that was a bit of a disaster. There was various tweets that
He didn't do
there'd
well,
been.
did he?
if there's various tweets that were shown with you actually saying "Welcome to Flat Earth," various things referencing Flat Earth, but you still denying that you were ever Flat Earther.
Yeah, I've never been a Flat Earther.
You've never been a Flat Earther.
No. Have you? Have you heard all of the people that have thanked other people for being able to do this?
Here's the other thing though, Bev, is that there isn't a single glober that I know that believes you when you say that. Not one. In fact, there's quite a few flat earthers that
I know
also
you're all
believe that.
bigots. Yeah, we know.
Why are we bigots? What's that got to do with being a bigot?
People that are flat earthers.
Why has that got to do with being a bigot, Bev?
Well, because I definitely say that I have a proof that the Earth is not flat. Yet you and your friends, like you've just said, don't believe me. Because you want to be able to label me with something that I'm definitely saying I am not.
But that's not what I said. Why is me saying I don't believe that you deny that you're a flat earther? How does that make me a bigot?
And because you want to label somebody, to put somebody in a group so that you can feel whatever it is, because that's what you're doing.
I'm not. I'm talking about you. That doesn't make me a bigot. Because I call you a liar, that doesn't make me a bigot. How does that make me a bigot? I've not spoken about anybody else at all. Who else have I mentioned apart from you?
Well, why are you trying to label me and put me in a group? But what's the point in that?
Because you are. Because I mean, you're quite obviously.
I'm definitely not. I'm telling you. I have a proof. It's not flat.
Nobody believes you though, Bev. You were. If you're not a flat earther now, you certainly were.
I was not.
Yes, you were. You certainly were. Nobody believes. I don't understand why you keep denying it.
There's no such thing as a flat Earth.
I don't understand why you keep denying it.
Because you be flat. What the fuck?
Because you
definitely not flat. Observably, not flat.
But you definitely were a flat earther, though, Bev. Without a shadow of a doubt, you were.
I was not a flat earther.
See, why are you lying? Why do you keep up this pretense?
Because I was
Bev?
not a flat earther.
Because you were, though. Because we've got evidence of you saying it, Bev. Why are you still denying it, even though there's evidence out there of you saying it?
What, of me saying what?
Saying things like "Welcome to Flat Earth," referencing Flat Earth, and all the rest of it.
Obviously triggers people, doesn't it? There's certain things
triggered. I'm not triggered.
It's people really triggered.
I'm not triggered about it. I just
why not say those certain things? But I can prove to you, I'm not a flat earther.
Oh, but you were a flat earther.
I was not a flat earther.
We got evidence to the contrary there.
I can use words apparently to trigger the shit out of people.
I mean, you keep repeating the same thing over and over and over again, but nobody believes you, Bev. Not one single globe or even quite a few flat earthers believe that what you're saying.
It doesn't matter what they believe. I can prove that the Earth is not flat, and I know they'll get upset at me being able to do that. I know. People like you will get upset at me being able to prove it.
I'm not in the least bit upset. I'm not in the least bit upset.
And you cannot say you cannot say what you say and not be a flat earther, Bev. You can't say the Earth is not flat and level is horizontal. Those two things don't go together.
Well, in reality, level is horizontal, right?
How many?
No, in reality,
I use that fact. I use that fact to show that there are elevation changes.
Bev, when you say level is horizontal, you just simultaneously said the Earth is flat.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did. That's exactly what that means.
No, I didn't say that.
You're involving yourself in a paralogism.
Can you? Is it
definitely not a paralogism? We use tools, right, called auto levels that establish a horizontal plane. From that,
you showed
we can tell there are elevation changes.
Level deviates from horizontal, and you showed that with your own auto level, Bev.
Yes, see, we can measure elevation changes, Blue. You can do that with a measuring rod. That's how you know there are changes in elevation, thus making it not flat.
Level deviates from horizontal.
So strong that you keep saying this, Blue. It's not flat. Observably, not flat. And you use that level to tell that.
I'll let Terry go. go to?
I was just going to say, yeah, we know it's not flat. There's hills and valleys. What's your point?
How do you live to be 40-something or 50-something years old and not have a fucking clue about the shape of the thing you've lived on all your life?
I'm not obsessed with it, Blue. Epoche, normally. Don't give a shit. But a lot of people do seem to really care about it. I just know how to measure elevation changes in reality. That's all I know.
I do too.
He spends an awful lot of time online for something he doesn't give a shit.
Yeah, he does, doesn't he?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I thought I'd come over just to have a chat with you guys.
3 to 5 hours a day.
You seem to be making
channel.
a lot of videos about me, Blue.
Yeah,
It's about time you sort of met me real.
Would you like that?
Stop
Live and
making
in
shit
person,
up.
Bill? You really think you want to do that?
Do what?
You said meet me.
Yeah, we're talking now, aren't we?
Oh, this way. Okay. We've talked before, Bill.
Yeah, I know. That's why everybody else here that's here, like Farmer's Boy, always talking shit. I've heard him say a lot of stupid shit. Making shit up.
Reciprocal zenith angles, you have no explanation for that.
With the horizontal, yes, we can, Blue.
No, you can't.
We can explain it geometrically.
No, you cannot, Bev. Do it then. Why haven't you? You explain it.
We
Go
will,
ahead.
Blue. We've just heard. What's your mate? I don't know where he's gone. The cursed guy. Explain how you've done it. You need tilting horizontals, Blue.
Stop talking, everybody.
Prove that we're wrong. Why haven't you done it? I've got tons of reciprocal zenith angle measurements, Bill, going all the way back to the mid 1800s, and every one of them shows those verticals are diverging. Every one of them.
Can prove it by stating the fact, Blue, that you cannot establish a horizontal from A to B.
Bev, cut out the red herrings and answer the question.
No red herring. It's just a horizontal line from A to B. I know that you have to avoid that very statement.
A horizontal line from A to B, Bev. You established a horizontal line from Southport all the way to Blackpool Tower. What happened to level?
No, we established a horizontal line, Blue, with the realizing Euclid test.
How long does a horizontal line go for, Bev?
Well, we've got 400 meters, which we overlapped. Now, it depends how many people do you reckon we could get together. See how many people we could get to join together to make it established.
Horizontal line has
a good question, Blue. How long could we?
You know about Euclid. Tell us, what is the length of a horizontal line, Bev? Please, go ahead.
Realizing Euclid test that we have for 400 meters, which we overlap. Blue's asked the question, how long could we link that horizontal together? How long could it be? Blue Marble Science asking a question.
Water level, Bev. That's not what I'm talking about.
We could use physics to do that. Ask that
question. I'm talking about water level, establishing a horizontal plane. You've already said it does that. That horizontal plane, actually a horizontal line is the way I look at it. But that horizontal line extends to infinity.
I like the idea of the water level, the realizing Euclid test. How long could we keep extending that shared straight line segment of water levels?
It's not a shared straight line segment. That's the first fallacy, Bev. That is a fallacy.
What's the fallacy? The water level establishing a...
That's not a shared straight line segment. That is a shared curved line. You did nothing to establish...
No, water level establishes a horizontal plane.
No, it does not. It establishes 2 points of equal elevation. That's all it establishes. 2 points of equal elevation. Add a third point, and you'll find out those points are not collinear.
They are, though.
No, they are not. They are measurably not.
Wow, measurably.
Measurably not.
Okie dokie. Well, that's something obviously for the Blue Marble scientific community to be able to do. If you say so, Blue, then I guess it has to be done. Yeah.
But we've been doing it for hundreds of years.
The measurable distance change.
Pardon me?
The measurable bit. How would that be measured? What would it be referenced to? The measurement that you say has been done.
Oh, you're talking about the curvature of the Earth?
No, the water level, the one that you said has been measured.
Per mile squared. Yeah, well, you measured it at Blackpool. Not really.
No, that's not a water level, Blue. We're talking about the water level.
You got the world's best water level sitting right next to you. It's called the Atlantic fucking Ocean.
No, it's just this 400-meter water level here. It's not the world's best.
Yeah, no, not your water level. I'm talking about Southport to Blackpool. What was on your left? Looking at Blackpool.
No, we're talking about actual water levels here, Blue, right? Not imaginary ones.
Is a water level.
The actual water level tool. No.
The water doesn't behave the same way unless it's in a tube. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, you have to use the mean, don't you?
Put it in a tube,
surely everybody knows how the vertical datum works.
How do they establish mean sea level when the sea is not in a tube, Bev?
They measure it on a vertical datum and they average it like they do with a mean.
Other way around.
They take a load of measurements on the vertical and they average it out, so they end up with 1 point on the vertical. That's it.
An average. Okay, great.
That's your datum that you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it can go up and down what?
Yeah, vertically.
Yeah,
you change vertically from that point, and you call that elevation change. Right, but you're saying there's something if you add another point on a water level.
Changed, did it? The elevation at Blackpool Tower didn't change.
Talking about it's sitting water level, Blue.
Right next to the ocean, Bev. The same as yours stood right next to the ocean. Only your auto level, your thing establishing a horizontal plane was 100 feet up the side of that damn building, Bev. What happened? I'll tell you what happened. The Earth curved. Level departed horizontal at the rate of 8 inches per mile squared. Including refraction, is more like 6.75 inches per mile squared.
With the water level between point A and B.
Well, if you want to go build yourself a 13-mile water level, you could do it that way, but the ocean's good enough.
We do have water levels, like we said. So you're saying there's a difference in the middle. If you were to add another point in the middle of a water level, A to B, what would be the difference?
I've already told you what the rate of curvature is.
Where would the measurement be made, Blue?
You would have to shoot between the two ends of the water level.
You said it can be measured.
Yes, and it can.
Well, where would the measurement be made?
The measurement would be made at the midpoint of the water level, Bev. You need a third riser in your water level at the midpoint, and you need to line your auto level up. You won't be able to do it with an auto level. Actually, you'll need a theodolite. But you need to line up the two ends of the water level, straight line of sight, and that center point is going to be higher, just like Lake Pontchartrain is.
Higher?
Yeah, to a horizontal line of, I'm not going to say horizontal, to a line of sight connecting the two endpoints of the long water level. The center point will not be on that line. Just like the center of Lake Pontchartrain Bridge is not on the line if you draw it between the two endpoints of the bridge.
Measurable, like a vertical.
Yes, very measurable.
A vertical change.
Yeah. Elevation-wise, it'll be exactly the same. But it will not be collinear.
Can't be exactly the same with a measurable vertical change.
Bev, every point will be at the same elevation. Every point will be, but those elevation points do not form a straight line. They form a curved line.
You've never actually done this, have you, Blue?
Yeah, we did it at well, Jesse and the guys did it down at Lake Pontchartrain.
You, Blue, have you ever done
It
this?
doesn't matter whether I've done it or not,
Are
Bev.
you
You've
just
not done
taking
it
the
either.
words
You
of
done jack
somebody
shit.
else?
I don't care, Bev. I've got the
Is
data.
there a chance that they
I've got the
might
video.
not have told you the
I've got the
entire
video.
truth?
I've got everything. And I've got a surveying book laying right here that tells me the same damn thing.
What,
and every other surveying book says the same thing, Bev, as does the Ordnance Survey and NOAA. And every
vertical measurable change in the
on the
center
planet will tell you the same thing. Exactly.
of a water level.
Yep, exactly.
That sounds ridiculous, Blue.
Well, no, you sound ridiculous denying it, Bev.
Yeah, there is no hump, Blue. There is no vertical.
Nobody called it a
change.
hump. You're the only asshole that calls it a hump.
Well, you just said it's a vertical measurement.
I said, Bev, that the elevations are exactly the same, but a straight line between the two endpoints, that center point will not lie on a straight line connecting the two endpoints.
But an elevation drawing of it would have a horizontal straight line.
Yes, absolutely.
With no change.
If you put three risers in a water level, an elevation profile, the way we draw them, would be a nice straight line connecting all three of those points.
On a horizontal line.
In reality, when you connect the two endpoints and sight across that center one will be higher. It will not be collinear. It cannot be. It can't be because the Earth is curved, Bev. Measurably curved, and we've shown it a lot of different ways, and you've shown it.
So you're saying a water level cannot be a tool for establishing a horizontal plane of reference because it is glowing.
I'm saying a water level can only establish. Now, let me ask you this question. You keep saying this. A water level establishes a horizontal plane. That's 2 points. How do 2 points establish a plane, Bev? In Euclidean geometry. Tell me what's required to have a plane.
Well, the water level can move to any point, can't it?
No,
surely
just 2 points.
You know how water levels work.
Are you going to say now that it can be lots of different points all at one time? So we're not just talking about a standard water level. We're talking about a water level with lots of risers in it, right?
Yeah, you can. I realised in Euclid test has more than 2 rises, obviously, in order to do it mathematically. Yeah. Like what you have to imagine is like a canal, right? There's the water all along the canal, right? But a water level will represent that.
Can't answer. All right, gotcha.
Are we answering the question that Jack blew?
No, he won't answer it.
Go on, go on. Give us your best question, Blue.
He just did.
Yeah, go on.
Not going to ask it again, Biff.
No, don't be shy. Come on.
I have a question for Bev.
Go, Joe.
How have his explanation of these witnessed myself? Like in December, ever sets, and they're in Norway in June. How is that possible if the Earth is in a sphere?
I don't even think I heard half of that.
Yeah, you're a bit low, Joe. I've got you turned up at 200%.
Go again.
All right, sorry. I'll try to talk louder. How's that?
I think you just got a bad sound on your end.
I'll get back. Okay, is that better?
Much.
Whoa, that's a little bit. That's a bit better, yeah.
Okay. Oh, I've experienced this myself. Since I know a lot of flat earthers talk about, I have to rely upon personal experience. How can you explain 24-hour daylight in Antarctica, December. Sun never sets. Witnessed it myself. 2 weeks. And 24-hour daylight in northern Norway in June. The sun never set. How is that possible on anything but a spherical Earth?
Was that how do you explain, or how is that possible?
How is that possible on anything but spherical
Got a
Earth?
clue?
Ev doesn't have a clue.
No, I've not got a clue.
Thank you.
Something that you've seen. Brilliant. Well done.
We finally found something we can agree on, at least.
Exactly.
Nonsensical questions. That's brilliant.
No, the fact that you don't have a clue.
Yeah, I don't even know what he said, really.
I don't know. I thought
Can you summarise it, Blue? Formulate it into an argument or something.
Joe, was your question that there was 24-hour suns in two different latitudes?
At 6 months apart.
At 6 months apart. Okay.
And then when the sun doesn't, and then the corollary is polar night in northern latitudes in Norway, for example, in Sweden, where the sun doesn't rise, and then 2 or 3 months where the sun never rises in Antarctica, 6 months apart. Explain that with a flat plane.
It's definitely not a flat plane, right? You did hear me say that, right? You might have got mistaken that you were talking to a flat earther. I'll point it out again, Joe. I am definitely not a flat earther. So don't pretend that you can imagine you're thinking you're talking to a flat earther. You are not.
Do you know that the Earth is? If you know,
these texts that you did in the past, Bev, you're retracting those statements.
Yeah, the Earth is definitely not flat, and there's no need for anybody to get upset about anything that may or may not have been said. That anybody may have made a joke about something, right? It's definitely not flat.
Did you say, Bev?
And you guys definitely know that it's definitely not flat, right? You're secure in your own knowledge enough, because you're grown adults, that you know for sure it's not flat, right? There's no need for you to get upset about something that definitely isn't true, right? There's definitely proofs that it's not flat. There's no need for anybody to get upset or worried or even triggered or whatever about a certain statement about something that definitely isn't true, right?
Could you be honest for a minute, Bev, and stop with this this foolishness about terrain? What would be the general shape of the planet that we live on? Do you think it's a big flat thing?
I haven't got a clue, Blue.
You really don't. You're really going to stick to that?
I haven't got a clue.
If that is the truth, you are too fucking stupid to talk to.
I do know for a fact that level is horizontal.
No,
it prove that.
Then you're using the wrong level, then, Bev. You don't know what level means.
Well, we've done pretty much extensive research on the very fact of about a level.
No, you haven't.
We have a way of talking to people about it too.
You're using the word level, but you're not realising it has different usages.
Well, it only has one usage. Really.
No, it does not. No, it does not.
Or identity states that level is only one thing.
You need to realise that there is more than one usage of the word level.
Yes.
I'm not
that level has quite a few usages.
Ev, would you say the Earth is definitely not a sphere?
Yeah. I think you could safely say that.
And what makes you? Sorry, Joe.
and then he's a flat earther. If he says that the Earth is definitely not a sphere, as far as I'm concerned, he's a flat earther.
He's in that category, yeah. Because there's no third category for the shape of the Earth for people to be in the conspiracy of the shape of the Earth not being a sphere.
There is another category, but he's not it because he's not a concave earther either.
Mm-hmm. So you understand that a sphere is a three-dimensional Euclidean shape, right?
And
everybody knows that.
And what?
Right. Well, that means we are dealing with, if you're talking about a sphere, then you would say, if the Earth is a spherical object, then the surface of liquid water must curve.
It does.
And it does.
So
it does.
Level is a tool for
no, for
horizontal.
fuck's sake.
No, it's not.
Enough of this fucking bullshit. Water fucking curves. The Earth is a ball. We can look at it from space. We take photos of it every 10 fucking minutes.
Go on, let it out.
You're blithering fucking retard. Sorry, Terry.
How do you deny things like the images from space from the ISS and other satellites of the shape of the Earth?
What? How do I what?
How do you deny that?
Deny what? The pictures?
The images that we get from the ISS and satellites of the shape of the Earth.
I've seen the images, right? I'm not denying them. Who said I denied them? Like, show me a picture. Let's see.
I've discussed this with you before, and you've denied that outer space is a thing. Because as soon as I start talking to you about space, you go on about the distances between objects. Because of course, space
is the difference between physical objects. Yes.
No, you and I know we were talking about outer space, where there are satellites and space stations, because there's at least 2 of them in low Earth orbit.
I'm telling you what space is to me.
Yeah, well, you're full of shit then, Bev. Again, because you're now denying that space is a thing.
Well,
we know what space.
I don't know what's going on in your head, Farmer's Boy. So me denying something that's going on in your head is of little importance to me.
All right, then, Bev.
And you're outraged at the fact that I can't get inside your head and understand what the fuck you're talking.
Can you stop showboating for a minute, Bev? Do we have satellites in orbit around the planet?
I don't know.
There you go. Do we have 2 space stations in orbit around the planet at this moment in time?
I don't know.
You'd have to be somebody that's fairly ignorant to deny the fact that there is actually satellites in.
So you don't use GPS then?
That's
you don't use GPS and you don't have satellite. I'm presuming you don't have like Sky. You don't have satellite telly.
I don't watch telly.
You're just being ignorant. But you're just being ignorant, Bev, aren't you?
I don't like the idea of the programming that goes on within the TV mechanism.
So do you use GPS at all, Bev?
Obviously detrimental to people's mental health.
Do you use GPS?
What do you mean use?
Oh, for fuck's sake. Do you use GPS at all? Any apps on your phone, or maybe you've got it built into your car? You know, GPS for finding out where you're going, like using Google Maps in your phone when you're driving. Do you use GPS?
Well, yeah, you can use maps, yeah.
Yeah, but what, Google Maps that's driven by GPS?
Like actual maps.
No, Bev, I'm not talking about paper maps.
He uses the paper maps like a street directory.
I'm very clearly referring to GPS. Do you use it?
Fucking yeah, let's go with yes. Yes, I definitely use GPS.
Where do you think those signals are coming from?
Global positioning satellites, GPS.
Yeah, where do you think the signal's coming from for the GPS?
Normally towers, right?
No.
And where does the towers get it from?
Ground base station.
No.
No, they don't.
You can turn your phone. You can turn airplane mode onto your phone, so that it's not receiving any signals from any of the towers, and yet GPS still works.
We have GPS. We have GPS.
Find out where I'm
normally. This is a waste of time. He's as full of shit as it.
Yeah. Do you know we have GPS? Do you know we have GPS satellite phones, Bev, that you can use in the outback, and there's no towers within thousands of miles?
Yeah, I would imagine that there are, yeah, like walkie-talkies and stuff.
No.
No, not walkie-talkies, satellite phones. They use GPS satellite to communicate.
People have phones. Brilliant. Yeah. I've heard of
It's not a
people.
phone. It's not a phone.
I can be on a boat in the middle of the Pacific Ocean and use a satellite phone and talk to somebody anywhere in the world. Not a walkie-talkie.
I feel safe in the knowledge that people can definitely talk to each other on phones. Some people can be on boats and talk to other people. Like me now, I'm in the UK and I'm talking to you guys, and you're miles away.
And so none of those phones use satellite. So none of those phones use satellite.
What?
Are you saying none of those phones use satellites?
No, I'm just saying we can do it. It is possible that it is done. Yes.
And you haven't bothered to find out how, or you don't care?
No, the fact that we are talking is amazing to me.
But yet you deny GPS satellites and things like that. So you are in the flat Earth.
I'm denying it. What am I denying? The fact
You're
that
denying that those signals are coming from satellites in orbit.
The point is that we can isolate exactly where the signal is coming from, and also exactly how fast the thing that is originating that signal is going.
Jolly good.
You should
feel safe in your knowledge that you can do that.
Oh, and farmers Joe and Terry, I think I need to ask you this question or this statement.
Are you talking to retard?
Yes, we are.
I thought Nathan Oakley covered that already.
Well, I just wanted to be sure.
I have a new definition for space.
I wish I'd have got to hear more of what Bev had to say when he was on Nathan's show the other day. I don't know what happened there.
I have a new definition for space.
Do you reckon Nathan's ever going to come up with something that he can do with an angle?
Couldn't give a flying fuck about Oakley. He's another retard.
Yeah, but you would have to agree that you can do fuck all with an angle, right?
No, Bev.
No, that's wrong.
You can do fuck all with an angle. Other people can. So I'd drop that one if I were you.
Really? So you're supporting Nathan in his cause of...
No, I'm not supporting Nathan Oakley in any way, shape or form. You can fuck off with that as well, Bev. I don't support Oakley. He's a retard.
You are saying that you can do something with just an angle, right?
No, because you can't doesn't mean to say that nobody else can either.
I can find my latitude with just one angle.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like
any angle would be a latitude.
Farmer's boy, I think it's time to...
44 degrees, that's a latitude angle. There you go. I can do it. I can do that too. Brilliant.
I can check that the
By
horizontal plane on
measuring an angle. By measuring an angle to Polaris, I can get my latitude. That's all I need.
Yeah,
the elevation angle to Polaris, and I then have my latitude there.
And I can check the horizontal plane is perpendicular to the plumb bob with an angle.
Really?
Make sure it's 90 degrees.
Which angle orientates a horizontal and a vertical?
But when you measure the angle between your plumb line and your horizontal plane, you've just told me you can establish with an auto level.
So you need a plumb line and a horizontal plane, and then you can measure an angle.
Yeah.
So you've not just got an angle, you've got a plumb line and a horizontal plane, and now you've got an angle.
No, you've got a way to measure the angle, Bev. A way to measure the angle, Bev.
Okay, so you can measure an angle with a tool for measuring angles.
No, you just
what can you do with the angle?
You just told us an auto level doesn't measure angles. Are you going back on that?
No, you can measure an angle with a tool for measuring angles.
You can. Yeah.
Once you are in possession of an angle, what can you do with it?
Know what my latitude is, Bev.
You can call it a latitude.
It is my latitude. It's not a matter of calling it my latitude. It is my latitude.
So that you doing something with that angle is you calling it a latitude. Yeah. Brilliant. I think that's Nathan Oakley's approach as well.
I don't care if it is. He happens to be right for once in his fucking life, Bev.
Okay. So according to you, doing something with an angle involves giving it a name.
You said, what did you say you can't do with an angle?
You can do fuck all with an angle.
And that would be including calling it something, right?
Is calling it something doing something with an angle?
I think it is doing something with it, Bev.
Yeah, this is going nowhere.
Yep, it's a good... Of course it is, but this is Nathan Oakley's argument as well. It's strange that Nathan Oakley and Blue Marble Science have exactly the same argument about what you can do with an angle. You can give it a name.
It's scary when Nathan...
You can talk about it. But,
it's not a matter of giving it a name, Bev. It's a measurement of my latitude.
It's a measurement of an angle. An angle.
Angle. If I measure that angle, I know what my latitude is. I've measured my latitude by measuring an angle. That's all. I didn't do anything else. I just measured an angle. Mm-hmm. You said I can't do anything with it. I just told you I can.
You just named it.
Yeah. No, Bev. I found a distance from me to the North Pole.
You didn't find a distance?
I did. Yeah,
no,
I
you
did.
Didn't. No, you didn't.
Yeah,
you just measured an angle.
Idiot. Look, idiot. Of course I did.
Where's the distance?
Latitude gives me the distance to the pole.
Measuring an angle gives you a distance.
Did you not know that? Did you not know that? Oh. Really?
Geometrically.
You know that. You know that.
Impossible.
That's little about the Earth you live on. You don't understand what latitude lines are measuring, do you?
The reason we said it, you can do fuck all with an angle. Means you can't get a distance.
Of course you can, Bev. We know exactly what that measurement is. Huh?
How?
That angle times 60 will give you the distance to the pole. Mm-hmm. Well, actually, the distance from the equator, you have to take the reciprocal on it.
I think it's time for another swig of that bottle there, Farmer's Boy.
Oh, don't tempt me, fuck's sake. I mean, I know from the other day that my liver's in pretty good condition, but I'd like to keep it that way. And really, Farmer's Girl, is that the best they can do?
I'm just glad we're not playing the drinking game. I'm glad we're not using the drinking game where every time Bev says the word horizontal, or we'd all be hammered.
I'd be dead. Because I know the limits of my liver, unfortunately. I'd be dead.
I wouldn't even be here.
Good thing I don't drink.
Me too.
It's awfully upsetting, that word, isn't it? So I think we might put a save you guys. No mention of the H word, right?
Well, I can't tell.
We know perpendicular's a bit too much to handle. Let's save it at the point and not mention the H word.
I'm waiting for your video.
Don't make.
I'm just
don't
waiting
mention
for
the
your
R
video.
word when Bev's around. You know, reality. Because he struggles with it so.
Well, horizontal definitely exists in reality, and that may be what you're upset about.
I'm waiting for your video.
I'm upset about you lying all the time. That's the big problem.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Lying about a horizontal existing in reality.
No, that's not what I said. I just called you a liar because you're constantly lying. But hey, there you go.
Bev,
about the horizontal existing in reality.
That's not what I said.
But that's what we say, and we have proof for.
You say many, many things that are all lies.
Well, you keep saying that, and that sounds to me like slander. But
does it?
Hey, yes.
Well, hey, if you're that worried about it, go for it, mate.
Nice rebuttal. Typical farmer's boy comment.
Oh, was that
Talking shit in the background.
Oh, yeah, here I am in the background talking shit. Yeah.
Yes, you are. You're just calling people liars, but never saying what it is that you claim.
I have told you so many times I've lost fucking count, but there you go.
Well, let's tell everybody now, just for Christmas. Let everybody know what you're calling me a liar for.
Here you go. Paul Bevan is a liar. Is that good enough for you?
There you go. There's another one. Alan, well done. Farmer's boy, come on. Let everybody know. Let everybody know what I'm lying about.
I've already told you, mate.
Let's hear
there
it.
he is again calling me Farmer's Girl. Hello, Ali B.
Let's hear it, farmer's boy.
You've heard it, and you've heard it, so you can fuck off with
Why can't you say it now, farmer's boy?
Because I've said it so many times.
Stage fright?
No.
Or you've forgotten?
No, I haven't forgotten. The very tenets, the foundation of your bizarre belief is that level is horizontal, and it isn't. You claim not to be a flat earther, and yet everything you say is what flat earthers say. And then you go into this whole weird argument about, oh, it's not flat, I can prove it because it's got elevation changes. When you know full well that's not what we're talking about. You can't
Every one of those
sunset,
are truth statements,
and you think outer space is fake. No, it's just your silly bloody wordplay and semantics, because that's all you've got.
Is that really
I
all
think
you've got
we'll
there,
finish up
farmer's boy?
there by now. So
I think we ought to, Terry.
We'll call it. Yeah, we'll call it quits for tonight. I think.
Yeah. Well, farmer's boy.
I think we've had enough.
Acting like a dick
of all this. Yeah.
Oh. You don't like being called a liar, do you, Bev?
No, he doesn't.
No, he doesn't.
Well, we didn't get to do anything else because I can't really share anything. What's going on here?
Yeah, it's 1:32, Terry. So.
Yeah, it is getting a bit late. Yeah. All right then.
Are you shutting it down, Terry? Is anybody else hanging behind, farmer's boy?
No, we'll probably have a chat here after we stop streaming.
Oh, here's Wally.
Oh, hi, Bev. How you going?
There's Wally. Hey, Wally. How's it going?
Oh, pretty good, pretty good. I really would have liked to have had a bit more of a chat with you this morning, but unfortunately I couldn't. I had things I had to do. But I did leave you a little present in Twitter. So I drew what I was trying to get you to draw on the whiteboard. So you can have a little look at that. I did it in the Modus Tollens for you as well, so I'm sure you can mind your P's and Q's with that one.
Really? Post it in here. Post it in the Discord here, so everybody else can see it. Wally, come on. Let's see what everybody. So let everybody can see it all. Get it in here.
I think Terry's got a copy of it in his DM with me, but I can't get to it at the moment. I'm just on the phone, so it's a pity. But I can try and drop it in a minute. But
nice. You're trying a bit of logic, are you, with the Modus Tollens?
Oh yeah, I thought I'd throw a little bit of logic at you.
Nice.
Yeah, because I think you guys always get a little bit hung up thinking that I'm trying to tilt the zenith lines, but no, the zenith lines are always perfectly vertical. Even at Dubbo and Sydney, they're both perfectly vertical, but they're just not parallel, I'm sorry to say. When you measure them, they just aren't parallel. And when you have a look at my little diagram, you'll see how that comes about. Just simple 3 lines.
Do you imagine that you can orientate a line from A to B horizontally, Wally?
What do you mean from A to B?
Can you orientate a line from A to B in reality? Can you orientate that horizontally?
Yeah,
the entire line.
What you mean?
I know, it's really difficult, isn't it? I mean, I'm sure people would be really difficult. It's a hard question to understand, right? If you have a point A and a point B, can you orientate the straight line between those 2 points? Can you orientate that entire line horizontally?
you can have a straight line between point A and B. The straight line can be horizontal at A, or it could be horizontal at B, but they're not going to be the horizontal at both if there's some great distance between A and B. Because
it is just a straight line from A to B, though, right?
You can have a straight line from A to B, but it won't be horizontal all the way. It'll only be horizontal in one point.
You can't have a part of a line being horizontal and a part of the same straight line not being horizontal.
Well, you can.
No, you
can
can't.
When you've got a globe. Yeah, well, that's
No,
the problem.
it's not
We're
possible.
dealing with the globe. When you're dealing with the globe, that's exactly what happens.
Well, no,
Part
we're
of
just
the
dealing
line's
with a horizontal in reality, right? Or at least the
Well, that
concept
doesn't-
of the understanding of a horizontal in reality.
Well, in reality, we're all standing on a globe, and that's exactly how it works. Part of it's horizontal, and part of it's not.
Really?
Well, that's what happens when you look at. You try looking at the moon.
It's not what happens.
It is.
A horizontal is a straight line. And if that horizontal straight line is horizontal, then the entirety of it is horizontal.
Yeah, that's where you've hung up. That's where you got yourself stuck. You think a straight line must be
I'm not
horizontal,
stuck with
but it's
that.
not.
Don't worry about it.
It's
You
not
guys,
though. That's
this
the
is
problem.
gaslighting, obviously, for you guys.
No,
I hope
no,
you're
no.
doing well
Look,
for
mate.
each other. Yeah.
No.
Definitely.
Well, how do you? Anyway, I will let you guys go because I know Terry wants to get his little pretty head to bed. He needs his beauty sleep.
Oh, thanks, Wally.
Well, I need mine, that's for sure.
Yeah, we all
And
do.
we've got-
It's getting a bit late.
I got to get up and have Christmas with the family in the morning. So.
Yeah, same.
Yeah. You've got family. Well, I haven't got family here anymore. They all moved out.
Okay, got to go, guys. Been fun.
Oh, thanks, Wally.
Cheers, mate.
Yeah,
No
thanks
worries.
for that, Wally. That was genius. Only
Thank you,
part
Wally.
of a straight line can be horizontal.
Thank you. We'll finish up here now. So if everyone will just let me finish up. Thank you. We'll pick this up on Wednesday. We might have to do it again through Discord again, like we did tonight. If we can't do it through Zoom, just it seems to be working here for some weird reason. So,
well, we haven't.
Thanks, Peanuts. Thanks everyone on the panel.
Okay. Yeah.
Thank fuck for that. He's gone.
Okay, somebody dropped.
That's Bev.
He didn't want to get his last word in, so.
That's okay.
Well, he couldn't.
Oh well. Even when I was trying to wind up, he was still trying to talk.
Yeah.
That's because he's been showing this whole thing in his YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
So
he was talking to himself there before, and I was muted over here, and then I realised, he's live streaming to his own channel.
Yeah, that's who he was talking to. His audience, not they'll still be going now.
Yeah,
they're still going over there now.
That's all right.
Yeah,
that's the gift of life.
You want to hear them talk? You want to hear them talking about behind our back?
Apparently, Terry is an absolute moron. That's ask and receive. Ali B is very proud that he can wind me up by calling me farmer's girl.
Yeah.
Apparently, I just posted 9 shit inaccurate satellite signals. Yeah, I mean they're morons. Thoroughly unpleasant ones.
I'm not
but
sure.
What's with the name calling all the time?
I'm not sure whether.
Is Bev gone? Oh no! Oh no!
What did you want to say? Did you want to say goodbye to him?
Yeah, I want to wish him all the best, Merry Christmas, and
I just want to second everything Alan said about him.
Yeah.
Took the words right out of my mouth.
Okay, you're a lying cunt. I like it.
Yeah.
What you mean that Paul? You mean that Paul Bevan is a lying, disingenuous cunt?
Yes, absolutely spot on. I can't find fault with any of that statement whatsoever.
No, I can't either.
Oh, Anglian Water have just texted me to tell me that my water supply is now back up and running. I never lost it.
There you go.
Oh dear.
I think Bev broke blue.
I don't know about broke.
You're arguing against a brick wall. You know, I mean that when I said to him, you claim that the Earth isn't flat because of terrain. he knows what the argument is, and that's why he twists it around to something else. That's like whenever I've spoken to him about space, he goes on about the distances between objects, knowing full well that I'm on about beyond our atmosphere.
That's why.
And as soon as he gets to something like that, you have to start playing these silly fucking word games. And that's what he does, and he knows it's maddening, and it is maddening.
That's why I used the word flat plane. You know, I should have used pizza Earth, I guess.
Yeah.
Does anyone? I was going to say, does anyone notice that the word BEV has 3 letters in it, and the word lie has 3 letters in it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's your connection.
Oh, we're out of here now. Good night, everyone. See you,
Good
Peanut.
night,
Merry Christmas.
everyone. Yes, have a happy Christmas.
Oh, I didn't realise you're still live.
Yeah.
I didn't mean that last one to go out over the air. I thought you'd finished, Terry.
Well, you said the first one over the air, I think.
We're out of here anyway, guys.
Oh dear.
Don't worry, I'll go back into my time machine, Alan, and I'll strike that.
No, don't strike it. Leave as it is.
I'm fairly certain the first one went out.
I'm just wondering if I've got any setting in Zoom, Alan, that could be stretching my resources. It was just a thought.
Hey, Alan, I got to turn you guys off. Give me a sec. Yeah. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Mm. Yeah. Can I? Hi guys. So thanks for being on the thing. I'll finish up here, and we'll catch you next time. Merry Christmas and good night to you all.